Hello, everyone. Welcome to CNFT Live Episode 2. This is going to be a really fun night. We've got everyone in here, at least not everyone, but we've got a lot of people here in the studio tonight. We're going to be chopping it up, talking all things CNFTs like we all normally do in our respective little areas dotted around the Cardano ecosystem. Thank you for everyone who's already jumping into the chat. We are very excited for tonight and excited to catch up with all of you guys. We've got a lot of awesome giveaways along the way. And this is kind of, we have our own chat, but like Cardano Thor is like, hey, we need to get together. We got to do a mid-year roundtable. So we're going to be kind of looking back a little bit over the last few months on what's been going on, what some of these people in this cube are thinking about what's in the past and what's coming up in the future. So for those of you who don't know everybody on this grid, obviously you can see their names there on the screen. And in the description of this video, you can access their Twitter and YouTube channels and all that kind of stuff. So you should definitely go and check all of those guys out. But it should be a fun night. So welcome to CNFT Live Episode 2. If you guys watched the last one, we kind of just went around the horn and introduced everybody so that everybody could kind of get familiar. We've already got a lot of people in here, so we'll just kind of jump right into the meat of it. But since Tommy is on my right, I'll just kind of pass it off to him and we'll kind of go around. So Tommy, welcome on.
What's going on, Blake? I appreciate the nice intro. You always do such a good job at that. So it's nice to not be the one starting everything off for the change over there. No pressure. And big shout out to Thor for getting this, finally rounding everybody up. I know we've been talking about doing this for months. So great to be hanging out with you guys and appreciate that. I'm 1/3 of Freedom 35ers. If you see one of these black screens with a little Ada moon up in the corner there, we're a Cardano NFT podcast. We've been in this space coming up on close to our year right now. So we do a podcast every Friday that's recorded, and we do a live stream every Monday with certain guests inside the community. I like to keep a little comedic element to what we do, and just like to have fun. We're out here, the average CNFT investors, and like to have conversations. So, yeah, that's our little spiel.
Awesome. Other member of Freedom 35ers.
I was gonna say I don't have my Ada moon tonight. I don't know where it went.
It's gone.
I am the other Tom. We got a lot of T's on our show, so I'm the other Tom of Freedom 35. And yeah, like Tommy said, we just kind of like to hang out, build a good community. It's really why we got into this, was kind of our contribution to the space as a whole. So we're just really enjoying kind of this past almost a year now, just meeting everyone and getting to kind of cut it up and do this.
Yeah. For those that don't know, we are live on YouTube on Block is Hot's channel. You notice Block is not on here right now. Hopefully he'll be joining us a little bit later. And then on Twitch, we're on Cardano Thor's channel. So if you are on one or the other, if you want to switch back or whatever you're doing, the stream is going on in both of those places. I'll just go to the next one, Atlanick.
Hey, so I'm Atlanick. I started doing YouTube in October of last year. And I started my own NFT project, which I'm going to give one away a bit later on. And every Sunday, I get us ready for the mints that are coming up this week. And I go over the top 3 that I think are going to be the best ones that we should be looking at. And then on Monday, I also have a podcast with Cleanup from Lucky Lizard Club. And I try to have some people on as well as guests, and we just interview their projects.
Awesome. Thanks for being on here, Nick. Crawford says, how long is this stream going for till the Raccoon Syndicate mint is over? We're praying that's not the case. No, we're aiming for 2. It'll probably go 3, but let's aim for 2 and see what happens. Chronic, you're the next on the list.
Yo,
got the Bengal shirt on.
How we doing? Yeah, I'm Chronic. I'm the lesser half of Daily Chronicles. We started a YouTube on March 1st, just to document our CNFT journey. We interview project leads, we host Twitter spaces, and we, showcase the upcoming mints and our favorite projects and deep dive into white papers and the things that we're buying and love. So pleasure to be here with you guys. It feels like, a year since we did the last one. So can't wait to, see all the fun projects we talk about and the giveaways we do. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
So for episode 1, we were unable to book CryptoHeaps. His schedule was just chocked full. It was impossible to get this guy in. But for episode 2, we pulled some strings, and we've got CryptoHeaps on for episode 2. Heaps, welcome on.
Sheesh, it's good to be here. Hilarious intro. I'm sorry I couldn't make the first one. It's an honor to be here. amongst all of you legends. And yeah, just honored to come up here. I've been in the space for, I don't know, I think a little over a year now. I do all sorts of stuff. The latest thing I'm doing on YouTube is, you know what? It's just a bit of fun. It's called Life of a Degen. It's a little like little snippet episodes that are just meant to be funny, a bit of comedy. I do a bunch of stuff as well, but I'm just pumped to be here. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, this is fun.
Those shorts are really funny. I've enjoyed watching some of those. So that we can all relate to different pieces and aspects of that.
That's the goal. Yeah.
Ongoing. Yep. Yeah, it's great. Coming back to the Freedom 35ers, we've got TJ over here. TJ,
how's it going, man? Glad to be back. Like Curly Knox said, I'm the other Tom. No, I'm just kidding. I'm TJ. Other third of Freedom 35ers, and like Tommy and Tom said, we're a CNFT podcast. We do live streams Monday and podcast every Friday.
Awesome. Very cool. Cardano Thor, the man who needs no introduction, but we're going to introduce him. Thor, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, you do such a professional job at hosting these, so thanks for doing that, man.
Yeah,
and I'm so happy that we all finally found the time to get together, because yeah, it's been way too long. I'm Cardano Thor. What do? I make silly videos sometimes. I have a Twitch stream, YouTube channel. I stream once a week, talk to Cardano NFT creators. I just love this space, fell in love with the space about a year ago and haven't looked back since. So yeah, and a part of the Cardano NFT Viking squad. So we are the Cardano NFT Vikings. So happy to be here.
Yeah, awesome. The other half of Daily Chronicles, Chrissy, it's good to see you on separate screens this time.
Thank you.
You needed to have your own screen. Sometimes Chronic can, overpower a little bit. So it's good to see you on your own screen.
Thank you. A better idea, because we would sit next to each other and talk over each other and try to look at each other while we were talking, and it just wasn't quite working out. So this is much better. Be able to be on our own right here, be able to talk about our stuff. And yeah, I'm just the other half of Daily Chronicles. We started our YouTube channel back in March. We took a little bit of a time off in the summer, but we're hitting back into it, talking about NFTs, the projects we like, really everything that has to do with our experience is what we want to put in there, so people can see what we're buying, what we're failing, and what we're thinking, and just have fun with it. And then I also do a Twitter space every Saturday night at 11 p.m. with Ada Girl, Lucy on there. So we talk about everything when it comes to the Web3 space and kind of what people experience going through it, bringing the ladies and the men up together to chat and hoping to create a bridge between us all to be able to communicate and have fun together while we're working in this bear, especially.
Yep, absolutely. We're all still here. We're all still working and building and doing all that kind of stuff, which is exciting. Okay, so for those of you that are just joining in, we've kind of done a little bit of intro to all the different channels and people that are on your screen. In the description, socials and links to all that. And we're going to actually jump in a little bit to some of the giveaways that we have for you guys tonight. So if you remember from last episode, we had a ton of ADA worth of giveaways. We're going to be doing the same thing again tonight. And so I'm going to hand it over to Cardano Thor, who's going to kind of be our resident giveaway expert. And he's put together a seamless process, we hope, that's going to help us draw some winners for these giveaways. So I'm going to share the screen, and Thor's going to walk through how to enter to make sure. The one thing that we did take away from the last CNFT Live was that we did some Twitter giveaways. And what happened was that some of the Twitter people just started liking and retweeting when they might not have been in the chat. And we wanted to try to show love to people that were in here chatting, interacting with us. So we're trying a new format so that we can make sure that you guys are the ones that are winning these giveaways. So anyways, enough intro for that. Thor?
Exactly. Yeah, who doesn't like free stuff?
Right,
so,
exactly.
So you guys are going to be, a little bit of a guinea pig tonight. I'm going to try a couple of different methods. This is one of them. And I was having some issues with this before the stream, so we'll see how well it works. But you guys can go to CardanoThor.com/giveaway, and you should see this. And obviously, we're not going to be collecting your email addresses. This is just to enter the giveaway. And then this is basically to support, all of you guys who are already supporting us. So you basically get different amounts of entries. So you sign up, and if you follow Blake right there on Twitter, you get another entry. If you follow Chrissy, you get another entry. You don't have to do that. Just follow, those that you want to follow. But it's basically, giving people that support all of us here, additional entries, and then we randomly select from the entries. And then we're also going to do some fun giveaways with a Nightbot. So that's just going to be in the chat, both on Twitch and YouTube. So yeah, why don't we start off with one and just see how it goes?
All right. So I know that everyone in here has a Discord, so that's probably going to be your easiest one. There's been different projects, NFT projects, that are like, hey, log into our website or log into whatever using Discord. So I think a lot of you are very familiar with that. That's probably going to be your best bet instead of doing the whole first name, last name, email. And yeah, so then you can go through, if this is like I haven't used this specific type, but if this is similar to other ones that I've used, it'll take you to the Twitter for Cardano Thor. You just hit follow, and then it makes sure that it registers that you get one additional entry for each person that you want to do. So if you do all of them, you get the max number of lottery tickets, you could say, or entries.
Yeah.
And if you only want to follow a few, then you get less entries than somebody else. Thor, what are the items up for winning for tonight?
Ooh, yeah, I should have had them all in front of me. And by the way, guys, like I said, I was having issues logging in through the socials earlier. So if that is happening to you, just make sure you can use some sort of made up email address and name, but make sure when you do these actions, you're gonna have to confirm. Like if you click on subscribe to CryptoHeaps, you're gonna have to confirm your YouTube username, for example, and that's how we'll know who the actual winner is. Because we're not really interested in collecting email addresses. Right. So just in case you're having issues with that as well. But yeah, what are we playing for? We got old money. I probably shouldn't say the name of the project up here, but we got some MFers in the chat, so they know what we're talking about. Any old money NFT is great to have, right? So I'm excited about that one. We got Wild Tangs, which it's
on fire.
number one on the 24-hour volume charts right now. So, it's just been going nuts. What else? We have Raccoon Syndicate. We have Chronic and Chrissy. You offered an Aedonaut, I believe, and a
Block Owl.
Flamingo.
Yeah, the journey. Yeah, the journey. And Atlanick has his project, and then of course we have Ada Army from CryptoHeaps, and I think I might be forgetting one, but that's close to the full.
There's
package
also an OG bear, a polar bear.
OG bear, that's right. Yeah.
Nice. So there's lots to be won here tonight. You've got pretty good odds. There's 100 people between both platforms, so that's pretty good.
We're gonna start easy, and you guys, you might have seen the announcement tweet that I put out yesterday, and there I did promise that one of the retweets was gonna win a giveaway. So why don't we start off with that?
Like it. Good strategy.
And that's the easy way. That's something we've done before, so I can't mess that up.
This tweet right here.
Let's see. What do you? Yeah, exactly.
All right. So for anybody that hasn't entered or hasn't retweeted,
do it now, right now.
Just try to sneak in there.
Yeah, you got about 2 minutes.
He's clicking.
You gotta hurry.
All right. I'm pulling up the Twitter picker.
Gotta have fast fingers. This is what you train for when you're minting all of these different projects. This is the kind of stuff that you're training for.
You're all well trained. If you've done, we've all done our fair share of CAPTCHA, of seaplanes, and now cloud horses and all sorts of things.
Yep.
All right. So maybe I should share my screen as I pick.
Yes. Yep. If you share, then I should be able to bring it on.
Okay. Twitter picker. So here we are. Okay. Just in case somebody did a last minute entry, I'm going to put it back in here.
All right.
There we go.
One winner.
One winner.
Tommy was giving me so much trouble last time about how gracious I was about whatever. I don't even.
They were like, it was like 1 day old accounts or something like that.
Yeah,
like
you got to be real. You got to be real.
Yeah, of course.
We all agree, right?
I think some people outside the U.S. are having issues entering the contest or the giveaways. But someone said if you disable your VPN, you can enter the contest.
Oh yeah. It's VPN was disabled, like not allowed on that one. Good point. All right.
We might not use that one for every single one. We might use this Twitter picker but instead of like mine, for example, my tweet was kind of up for a long time, where if we do the Twitter picker, I might put it up for like 5 minutes and then I would draw the winner so that as many people that are in this chat have the chance to win as possible.
Exactly. That's kind of the point. We want to try to get people who are here.
Well, we should just get a list of everyone's name, write it on a piece of paper, put it in a hat,
yes,
and then live stream,
pick
it out. Yeah,
pick it out.
Yeah, that's
perfect. I have a fax machine over to the side
exactly
for this exact moment.
Because we're all in Web3. That makes sense. All right, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Drum rolls.
Who is it?
Here we go.
Bit
more. Oh, got a wild.
Got
tangs.
a wild tangs.
Oh, even a nice
Congrats.
banner here.
Nice.
Eternal project. Yeah, can't remember.
So it's a real
what the project
person.
It's called. Yeah, this is definitely and a person with good taste.
There you go.
He looks real.
Awesome, dude. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right. So for the first question item that I'll just kind of open it up to the room, and whoever wants to tackle it first can just jump in. I think the one thing that everybody's talking about, or the one thing that has been on our minds for a while, is just the bear market in general, how that affects cryptocurrency. Tackle any one of these, how it deals with cryptocurrency, Cardano, and then NFTs, because we're kind of a few layers down. So what have you guys been doing during this bear market, and how have you kept engaged in the community? I guess would probably be like the question I would pose to everybody.
And if you don't mind jumping in just while people gather the thoughts behind that question, I just want to address the fact that Block is Hot is not here. Speaking of bear markets, he may have rugged. He's chilling in Portugal, but you know what? He's let us have the keys to his YouTube account, so he hasn't fully rugged. He's at least handed it to the community. So everyone's wondering, where is Block? And that's what. No, he'll
Block,
be here soon.
He's the anti bear market at this point, right?
Yeah.
He proved us wrong right now.
Yeah, his project did not care about the bear market at all.
No. I can start it off. As far as the bear market goes, I mean, for me, at least personally, inside of this market, I think it's been kind of an accumulation portion for me personally, and also kind of a just kind of clean out period. It's like a spring cleaning, but we're at the end of summer right now. Kind of dumping some of my wallets, kind of consolidating back into ADA, getting a little bit more liquid in this time frame, and then reinvesting back into stuff that I want to be in long term. Because right now we're seeing a lot of some of the newer mints that surprisingly have done really well in the short term. We've seen stuff with like Mallet Order, Journey, obviously Block is Hot with Jelly Cubes, and just a bunch of projects recently that have had success minting out. But I feel like right now it's kind of short lived. And if you're a project that doesn't have the hype behind you, it is tough to sell out in this market. So I think a lot of people are kind of, me personally, getting back into projects that are here for the long term, looking at like Plays, Yummies, Old Money is a new one that I've been getting into, but stuff like that. And then even in the, I guess, long-term strategy is just kind of staying liquid right now, because there seems to be, just as communities kind of sell off and different things, there are some great deals that pop up in this time frame too. So it pays to kind of, just have the option or have the availability of that ADA in my wallet right now.
That's exactly what we've been doing. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just building that bag and kind of closing it down a little bit, not buying into so many projects so quickly, not being spread out too thin, paying attention during this bear market on which ones that we really resonate with the most, who does have that really strong community, who is showing the utility, who is saying what they're doing and following the roadmap that they're giving us. So that's just all we've been doing. And same thing as Tommy, just trying to fill the bag up a little bit, a crash bag we have of crypto, and just make it through and get onto Twitter Spaces and do a lot of talking. That's how we connect with everyone during this. It's really important to us.
Yeah, perfect, Chris. And to tap into that as well, like, I mean, we've been consolidating into the projects, you know, like she just said, we've been minting and then some, you know, making sure we secured our profits and then putting that back into projects we really enjoy, you know, obviously like Kongs, Apes, you know, and other stuff like that. But then also we made moves when ADA and was a really good conversion rate to ETH. When ETH was around like 1,100, we put a lot of ADA into ETH, and now ETH's like 2,000. So that was another play. Like, you always could be watching the markets, even if it's not on Cardano. You could be doing Bitcoin, whatever, getting in dollar cost averaging, and then selling it and converting it back to ADA right now when it's like 3,000 ADA per ETH. So it's a lot of ways to do it other than NFT game, but the NFTs are a hedge, right? Certain NFTs are a hedge, and you can double and get that ADA, stack that ADA really big. So I think that's all our goals.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And let us know in the chat. Like, I want to see some of you guys in the chat also tell us, like, whatever we're talking about. Like, let us know your thoughts on the topic.
Absolutely.
And you're welcome to share my screen, by the way, right now, Blake, because I was just looking at my, you know, at what I've been doing, because sometimes I can't trust my brain. I gotta have tools to kind of figure out, you know, or show me what I've been doing to make sure that I have a good overview. But yeah, like, and I think I tweeted about this the other day, but yeah, you can see how my activity has just been going down in the bear market. So I think most people know, like, we have a similar strategy of like not aping into as many new projects, and most of my spending, like July, is only registering. These are only verified projects that over a certain threshold, by the way, so it's not the full amount. But yeah, just, you know, buying a lot less, trying to sell some of the higher risk projects, and you know, I've been buying more of the proven, you know, tried and tested projects like Disco Solaris. I bought a couple of those, and you know, Aeonium Sky, huge fan. But yeah, I have been noticing, like, the top projects, they still do pretty well. Like the Mallard Order, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think they were the second most successful new project this year, or second or third. At least there hasn't been so much secondary volume since Cornucopias. So that definitely surprised me. But what I've been noticing is if you're not that top project or top two on the hype scale, then you might just mint like 1%.
Yeah.
You know, like you might just mint like 17 NFTs, you know? so I'm seeing like those projects that don't quite make the top tier, they are really struggling.
Yeah. This is good to hear the strategies on screen and in the chat. Well, we have a new member to the live stream. You might know him as Block is Hot, but tonight Block is late. Also 3 a.m. in the morning. But Jason, it's good to have you on your own channel.
Dude,
come on, man.
I appreciate you guys letting me on here, man.
Welcome to the block.
This is an honor.
Dude, it feels like
Yeah,
you're
I
hanging
had
out at your
to
friend's house
update the
before like they
name.
get home. Like you're just like, hey guys, when's he getting home? I don't know. He'll be here someday.
Dude, this is crazy. Full 10 people on here.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
Love it.
For those that don't know you, Block, even though because we're on Thor's Twitch stream. Give a little intro about yourself and why you're in Portugal. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Sorry for the horrible camera quality.
It's all good.
I think I messed up my camera. But yeah, my name is Jason. I have a YouTube channel where I cover CNFT content. This is the channel Block is Hot. And yeah, I actually started the big thing is I started my own project recently, Jelly Cubes by the Block Investment Group. And one of the big things that I decided to do was actually move to Portugal and launch this project. So yeah, now I'm in this random house in Portugal, and I've got to find a new place to live in like 2 weeks. So exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is. I think the live stream grew by like 40 people when you joined in. So they're like, man, I'm just here for Block. I don't know what all you other people are doing, but get off the stream. Let's just have. I'm just kidding.
There was a lot of questions about where you were, Block, but one thing
Yeah.
you've done is you flipped the script, because Portugal used to be where you go once you were ready to rug. You've sold out your project. You go to Portugal. You leave the community behind, but you've done the reverse.
Dude, I know.
Change the narrative.
I like to do things weird, man. I guess I don't know. Flip the script.
But it shows during the bear, like you said, Block's, Jelly Cube project, minted for 200. It's killing it, 6x and stays consistent. You had like Wild Tangs minted for 30. You just showed the floor price. There's many ways to grow your ADA for little to minimum risk if you do the research. It's just like a stock. You don't need to be in like Thor's. Your activity went way down, man. Be patient. Jump in and out. Swing trade, essentially. Trade once or twice a month. You don't need to do something every day and every week. That's how you get caught. So, there's a lot of opportunities to be had right here.
Yeah, I think Block's project was really good too, because you see his channel, you see his face, and then on top of that, you see that he's leaving to go to a whole nother country for his project. And you kind of know straight away that he's being really serious about what he's doing. And with a lot of other projects, you kind of have to guess that they're serious before you jump in. So I don't know. I think for a lot of people, maybe it was easier for them to kind of clear their head and be like, yeah, I'm going to ape into this.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna keep rolling, but Thor, keep me on track in terms of giveaway scheduling. But one thing that we wanted to do when Thor had this idea was to, yes, we're currently in the bear market and we're building for whatever's ahead. But one thing we wanted to do was to kind of look back at the last 7 to 8 months of 2022 and to talk about some of the points as we can now see it in hindsight. So if we go into our time machine all the way back in January, where ADA was probably, I don't know, $1.50, $2 maybe, probably more like $1.50. And what were, some of the main things that were happening was like the volume just kind of shot up starting in January. I think that was off of the backs of projects like Chilled Kongs, who had minted in December, Boss Cat Rocket Club had minted in December, and people were starting to pay attention to Cardano NFTs. I don't know what you guys remember from January, or people in the chat. I don't know what you guys remember from January, and on the screen, kind of directing it to both groups. Anything that really stuck out to you during that time? The one for me that I thought was that I kind of had moved on was the Rats DAO was an interesting one. That was back in December, but the Genesis Rats DAO were minted for 100 and then had an 1800 floor after maybe a week or two. And those just went absolutely insane. And that idea of a DAO was like, that was kind of the first of its kind in Cardano NFTs. And I mean, the project is still great. I'm still a fan of Rats DAO, but that they kind of had their moment in the sun, at least their first one. And but I didn't know if anybody else had ones that they remembered from January.
I can't remember that long ago. That blows my mind.
Absolutely, easy.
All the way back
December 8th, you got my background picture. You got Equine and Boss Cats, like in December 18th. Then you have Ape Society in January, who just came and blew the doors down, bro. Y'all remember they killed JB Cheese Store? Like, it was disgusting, So yeah, that's my memories. Then we bought this suit right here on December 31st. We bought this for 1,000 ADA, so we did well.
Yeah, I remember
You need
us.
a jacket like that, Chronic.
You should, dude. I would rock it with the bucket hat, though.
Yeah,
you gotta have the bucket hat.
I was about to say, Chronic, I don't have enough ADA right now to hear you talk too much, because last time I was on here, I ran out of ADA, bro. I need to keep this limited from
not
you.
financial advice.
Hey, in a couple of days, you're gonna get a royalty check from JPG Store, my guy. You're gonna be straight.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations, Block, man. I'm very proud of you and happy for you.
Yeah, big congrats. And you know, just to touch on the previous topic and kind of relate it to January, one thing I wanted to say about, you know, the current bear market is that I don't think it'll be as easy as it ever was for projects to sell out. The bar is only going to get higher and higher and higher. You know, use RatStau as an example. When they first minted, and I hold RatStau, they didn't necessarily have all the infrastructure in place, but they were one of the first DAOs and people went crazy. Now, if you want to launch a DAO, people already want to see that infrastructure ready. And you're going to see that trending, I think, across the board. The bar is getting higher, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
great point.
I want to touch on that too. And, you know, a lot of people say the same thing about metaverses. They're just like, oh, God, not another metaverse project. You know, as soon as you mention a metaverse, that's what they say. And I really want to like make it a point that it's not really about metaverse or not metaverse. For me, it's all brand. So like when Clay said that they were coming out with their land for their metaverse, I didn't care that it was another metaverse. I just wanted Clay. So I think, you know, Cornucopias isn't just metaverse. Clay isn't just metaverse. It's really a brand, and that's what you're investing in.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember our first title for 2022 was CNFT Bull Run. Was literally the title we let off for our first podcast. And it felt like that. Seriously, we even the first few weeks of January, it was like everything was mooning at that time. The network was super slow during that time period, but everything seemed to be really taking off. Like you said, you had the Chill Kongs, the Boss Cats, the Equines, Old Money at that time frame too. Can't forget them. But there's a lot of different projects
and stuff too, Tom.
Yeah.
I remember those coming out that we were all like eyeing, and then sold out like right away.
Yeah, there was tons of stuff that people were getting excited about it. You know, there were some big sales that had led up in you know, the fall. Prior to that, they had a huge Space Bud sale. I think it was worth $1 million at the time when it actually happened last year. So there was a lot of stuff that was coming online. You know, smart contracts were a thing. JPG Store, when that really launched, that set off a momentum run. You know, so there was a lot of catalyst events that kind of got you started in January, and then right after that, it just went just right downhill for a little bit until we hit the Clay stuff. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting time. It's crazy to think back that was only 8 months ago.
I remember like a couple of mints that were like mooning too. Bright Pals and Board Club. Those took off for a bit in January. I think it was January time. Those are two projects I remember that did really well at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, there was a Cardano Village too that fell off kind of the face of the planet. But I remember I traded my Borg instantly for a Cardano Village and then flipped it because Cardano Village was worth more.
Yeah, that was right before the Pavia, the last land sale, was going out too. So I remember getting paid out in the Pavia token and making a bunch of ADA after selling it. So people were super hyped for that metaverse portion too. So it was a completely different time, because you imagine like, hey, we got 100,000 land plots about to sell. Trying to do that right now, you would have a way different result than you would have back then.
It was such a good start to the year. Like I felt like we were finally getting a taste of where we all believed the space was going to go, and then of course, you know, we're going to get to where we are now and why we are in a bear market maybe a little bit later. But yeah, I remember the berry sale, the berry purchase, I guess, 150K. That was pretty huge for RatStau. Yeah, and then the Sunday swap, wasn't that in January?
Yeah, it was
big.
right at the end, and that's what got the network all slowed down at that time frame. I remember.
Yeah, things were a little bit different then. I've got a video pulled up. I did a video on New Year's Day, and I put Year of the Chilled Kongs in question marks. But if you guys can see, I don't know if you can see this. Chilled Kongs floor was $499. Boss Cat $275. Pavia is about the same price. Space Buds $3,800, about the same price. Clay Nation $948. But yeah, it's fun to go back to some of these videos and look back at what some of the prices were and what we were talking about.
It's wild, man, and I love that. And, you know, education, and also, but with the metaverse play and what Yuga Labs and the other deeds are doing, it's hard to jump into a metaverse you know, without billions of dollars behind it. You know what I mean? Like with Bored Ape Yacht Club on Ethereum. So when they're showing that playing the game, it's hard to say, yo, give me 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 ADA and I'm going to build you something. Like, what do you mean? They have 5 billion or, you know, they have billion, you know, hundreds of millions, if not billions into the project. They have 5.4 billion in sales. So they got a lot of VCs and stuff. So, you know, I just don't like empty promises and stuff. And, you know, it's going to take a lot of time. And that's what we try to educate our investors and our viewers on is you know, it takes time to build these things.
Yeah, I know somebody mentioned earlier too with the network becoming super congested with Sunday Swap. And now that Hydra's not here yet, but a lot of the speeding up of solutions of Cardano are being built and created during this bear market. And I think next time we do enter a bull run, we're not going to have to worry as much about those transaction speeds. And I think that could be a really big catalyst for our momentum to continue next time we actually do see a lot of it flooding into Cardano.
Yeah, well, I think that shout out to Clark Kent. He was also talking about the million or so ADA that got robbed from that when Sunday Swap went live. Somebody had an exploit that I don't know who was here trying to buy up Sunday Swap. It was crazy. And somebody had an exploit that the moment the Sunday Swap had launched, the transaction was the first in the queue, essentially. That's a very simplistic way of describing it, but it was an exploit so that they got that first order for $1 million. And so they got it for a very low price and then were able, I don't know if they did sell it or not, but it was worth millions after that. So yeah, that was definitely a crazy moment in time. But yeah, I agree, Atlanick. As the Cardano network continues to progress, I think Cardano is going to, not financial advice, take a larger market share. I mean, Ethereum NFT has a massive market share, and I think we're going to dig into that as we continue to get better and better with our tech.
Yeah, I was just doing a quick little research back on that too. On OpenCNFT, the daily volume, we're sitting at a 24-hour at 625,000 ADA. And back then it was hovering between 1.8 million to 2 million in that January timeframe. So we were about 3 times the amount of volume on the daily right now. So yeah, things probably, that's why they were feeling a little bit better back then.
And to touch on that, like with Wild Tangs, he put out a tweet today, his sweeper tool. Imagine Cardano has a sweeper tool and you can buy 3 different projects at one swift button. If y'all look at Wild Tangs Twitter and you see, you can even see it. So like, that's going to change the game when you don't have to, like, how many transactions fail? You know, that really hinders, you know, the secondary sale, and it hinders everything. You know, we need working marketplaces, and it's not the blockchain. You know what I mean? They have other avenues to get this stuff right, and I think it's going to happen soon.
Yeah, shout out to you, Chronic, and I think that speaks to the importance of encouraging and having a lot of good devs on the blockchain, because like you said, you know, Wild Tangs is coming out with this tool that you put on JPEG Store. He's a developer. You know, being able to build that. So it's good to encourage these developers to come onto, you know, Cardano, so that we can get these tools like that. And it's crazy because we have a lot of other marketplaces coming in that are offering different functionality as well. So yeah, fair point.
That's perfect. And look at the floor price, 205. That was yesterday. People seeing this, they then say, oh, shoot, I need 10 of these things to have access to this tool. All right, I'm going to delist, and look at the floor price now, 330. So that's utility, therefore community speaking. You know, and that's what we need in this.
It's funny that you brought up Wild Tangs, because it was actually something we were just talking about in the Block Discord. But I think it's kind of funny, but I think we're transitioning so much to what utility means with NFTs. Like in the beginning, utility was just like, oh, have an NFT with some art and, you know, there's a lot of hype and people will buy it. And then it was kind of that metaverse, and then it was kind of the DAO type thing. And now I think where we're heading is we're heading towards utility that continues to provide value outside of that specific NFT. So what's cool with Wild Tangs is you're not just owning a Wild Tangs, you're actually owning the right to use a software that could potentially make you more money, right? So it's kind of like what we're doing with Jelly Cubes, where it's like, okay, we're selling a membership. Hopefully with the information, you can make more money than just that specific Jelly Cube, what you paid for it. And Wild Tangs, same thing, but it's the tech side, it's the tool side. you might spend, let's say, 2,000 ADA on these wallet tanks, but if you're able to make 5, 6, 7,000 ADA from that tool, then not only do you still have the value of holding those wallet tanks, but now you made money from the tool. And I think we're going to see a lot more projects start to go that route, start to like figure out ways to do utility like that, because that's how you provide value outside of your own project.
Yeah, I wanted to add to that because that's exactly what Mallet Order is doing right now. A lot of people have no idea what's going on with that project and why people are getting into it. And they actually are building. They have a very good developer behind there, and owning a certain amount of ducks, similar to how the Wild Tanks thing is as well, gets you access to a sniper tool currently that they have active right now inside the Discord. And then their alter thing they're coming out with is essentially lending pawn with 0 fees. And Block, I know you guys are working on something similar to that as well. So it's really cool how all these different projects are utilizing the talents of these different developers, and the buy-in pass is the NFT, essentially, as they provide further utility outside of just the artwork or whatever it may be that they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I like you said that about that, Blake, about how now I like how you followed the trends, because it really is true. We do follow the trends on here. If one group or a big group starts to talk about metaverses, it all starts to flow in that area. If a new DAO comes out and everyone's talking DAOs, we go in that area. And I remember Aquine being my first white paper that I read. All I understood about NFTs was utility. And that was back in December. So when I would go onto other Discords and talk about, well, what kind of utility is this going to bring me? A lot of people were like, what do you mean? This is for a PFP. It's for the art. And that happened for quite a while. And I couldn't understand because all I understood was Aquine. And so now we're finally getting to that point where I feel like my brain went too long ago with that one, that now it's all about the utility and what can you provide. And it's truly buying into a business and becoming possibly either passive income or something that you can use for your own benefit in the long run. So I love going into that direction. What do you guys think is going to be the next big trend? Or do you think we're going to stick with the utility? And that's where it's really going to that bubble is going to need to be perfected, because that's going to be big for everyone. We're here to make money and have fun, but make money and sustain.
I mean, I 100% agree with you, especially with where Cardano's at now, how large the kind of the community is. It's still very much growing. We always say how early we are, because I know it's something we've had projects on that are much more art-based, or maybe not even necessarily doing any utility. They're making like movies or, providing music. And I do think blockchain can be a platform for that, but I just don't think we're there yet as far as the amount of people involved. I just don't think there's enough audience where if you were to come out with certain medias like that, you'd be able to sell out, just because people aren't here to listen to music. They have other ways of doing that at the moment that are much more convenient and simpler, and they don't have to like sit in Discords and get whitelists for it. They can just listen to music. A lot of people here are still here to make money at the end of the day. So I 100% agree with that, where it's following those trends.
It's a good point. I feel like we're in the pass era right now of the meta. If we had to like pick what theme everybody's doing right now, it seems to be with the buy-in, the passes, the whitelist. You buy the Genesis token or whatever it may be. But you're seeing a lot of those come out right now. So I wonder where that's going to evolve to after a certain amount of time. But that seems to be the play right now.
You mean like a pass, like a ticket? I see what you're saying now. Yeah, okay, like the Mallet Order invitations or something.
Or a high
At first, I thought you were
pass,
like, saying next, like you were taking a pass here or something.
Oh yeah, no,
like you're just passing on everything. I got you. I'm with you. I don't know. You were talking about the hype too, how much that can drive a project, and how much it depends on what's kind of trending, metaverse, DAO, and I hate that sometimes with how like almost fickle like the community can be, because the amount of projects I've seen where it's like, I would not mint this, but people are going to buy it and it's going to sell out. So here I am on mint day buying it and flipping it right away, and I don't like the project even. But I mean, you do have to do that to build your bag up. It's just something like I would much rather do that with projects I actually cared about and supported, and I can still make money on them. So that doesn't have to be, those don't have to be exclusive to each other. You can be fully involved in a project and still flip it, make money on it, get back in, jump back out at certain times with the corrections happen. There's ways to play those, the secondary and JPEG store and still be active in the project. So it just sucks sometimes when it's like, I'm buying a project right now that I would never recommend, but probably going to 2X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel you there. And it's always hard. I'm sure we all know as content creators, at least I definitely feel this, where it's when there's a project that has a lot of hype, but you're not into it, it's hard because on one hand you feel like, okay, it might be profitable to get in, but like on the other hand, the other time what you're saying is you're like, oh, but you know, I don't really like it. But I just want to go back to your question, Chrissy, about like what's the next thing. I want to give a shout out to Christopher on the YouTube chat, and then Dwayne as well, talking about real world utility. And I think that could be kind of like the next big thing, if you will. And it's something that I've been thinking a lot on, and I've been in talks with in real world businesses and things that we can help them out with. But you do have to think of, why does it need to be on the blockchain? Because currently there's a lot of centralized solutions that are just as good. So not to say it won't come, and I'm a strong believer in blockchain technology and decentralized technology, but I think that's something that people need to consider is, why does it need to be on the blockchain, or why does it need to be an NFT? And I think there is a few use cases, but there's some others that don't really make sense as well. From a business standpoint, you just want things to be seamless. It's a big ask to get a customer to set up an ADA wallet to then use, you know, whatever functionality you have in your business. Again, this is why it's so important that we get developers on to make things easier and more seamless for people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this may be a little bit late game too, but I think mobile apps that you can see your NFTs and which wallets are owned, and you know, proving ownership with just an app is going to give a lot of utility for regular businesses. You know, it could be a restaurant where you get a free burger every Friday if you own an NFT, or, you know, a free beer or a free t-shirt at Old Navy once a month. I mean, something, you know, and I think that's going to be pretty big when big companies start doing it.
I feel like, you know, going back to that question of utility, and yeah, I feel like there's always a new trend, right? And I feel like we are slowly approaching utility that I'm hoping that real businesses will consider, because I feel like the ultimate goal is to get real like businesses, not just crypto degens, involved, right? So we need to get excited, and I think that's what we're doing. It's like we start as NFT degens, and then we approach the utility that businesses could and probably should be doing this entire time. But it's kind of up to us to kind of prove how we can offer this utility through NFTs. And I'm hoping actual businesses will pay attention and see like, hey, this is actually something we could do. But that's also when it gets scary for projects, when some, you know, major corporations can be like, oh yeah, we're going to do that, and then have all of those funds and basically outperform all the other projects that started at the other end, if that makes sense.
And I honestly, I like how CryptoHeaps was bringing up that it has to make sense business-wise, like for them to change up their strategy. And there's like different businesses that I already think of that would benefit more from having it in like Web3, for example, like tickets, events. Like why am I going, like if I'm in an arena, like a sporting arena, I'm selling games to basketball tickets. As soon as I sell them, I get the money, but then people are selling them on the secondary market and you're not getting any of that. And you go on Ticketmaster, they're charging buyers 15%, sellers 15%. They're making a 30% spread on every single sale that happens. So why has it not gotten to a point where, hey, no more fake tickets. You can now easily transfer it to someone else. And every time it sells on the secondary market, now I'm getting a royalty fee, right? And now all of a sudden they're making 10% every single time someone buys and sells it. All of the consumers are getting at a cheaper price. They can identify that it's a legit ticket because of the policy ID. And now they can have that in their wallet as a memory rather than some QR code that disappears or, you know, some piece of paper that gets ruined, right? So like that's a real life business where it's like there's an incentive for them to spend the money and the research and setting up that infrastructure, because now they can capitalize on this billion-dollar industry that like Ticketmaster and StubHub are making money on. So I think we're going to start seeing businesses do that, whether it's different game studios, whether it's ticket events. I've even had some ideas that I don't want to necessarily bring up publicly, but there's even different membership stuff that, you know, can be NFT based, right? And I think we're going to start seeing that. But right now, we're so early, they're letting us figure it out.
Exactly.
Like they're letting
That's
us
exactly it.
figure it out. And then like once they figured out the formula, boom, they'll get in. But like right now, you look at NFTs in the last year, how much has changed? Like metaverse used to be everyone was buying it, and now that's like a horrible thing to say on your project sometimes, right? If it's not a big deal project. So things are changing really quickly and emerging, and for them it's like they might as well wait before diving in super big. But they'll dive in, if it makes sense.
I think it's a good sign though that we keep going in different directions and trying to figure out like what's next, what's the next big thing. I think it shows that there are so many different things that you can do with NFTs in terms of utility. It's not just one thing. It's not just a collectible. There are so many different use cases for NFTs, and that's what makes it exciting, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's many, many things. They already have. Here's my ticket. You can't see it. It's a GutterCon. It's token proof. Again, I think it's when when Vassal comes out in the SIP, the new SIP 68. I think that's going to change a lot with the smart contracts. I think we're stunted by our technology, right? Because like we're going to GutterCon, to Vegas, and I have a ticket right here. I have my OG dog in it, and it's a barcode, and it's if I don't have my NFT in this wallet, they're not going to permit me into the event. You know what I mean? So they're already doing this, and with other things like the Bengals season ticket holders, who they, you know what I'm saying? Like for the first round of playoff tickets, playoff game last year, we got airdropped a ticket for saying that we were at the game, like a ticket stub. So in 15, 20 years, that might access a party to, meet all the players and get autographs or some stuff. So, little utility like Taco Bell and getting tacos and getting percentages off. That's the easy thing to do. That's the coupon. That's the obvious thing. The person that can go deeper, that they're going to win it,
And then I think we could even take it into the public sphere and talk about education and healthcare and all that. But maybe that's a discussion for another day. Why don't we do a giveaway instead?
Yeah, but I like that though.
Yep.
So if you listen to Altcoin Daily and Mark Cuban, imagine freaking he knows about Cardano. He was kind of mocking it. You know what I mean? He was mocking Africa not backing us up. Like what happened is here's a medical records right here. Boom. That's utility that everyone's going to need to use. Therefore, they're going to migrate to a blockchain. That's revolutionary. Exactly. But he needs to show me first. So it's a great point you just made,
He's probably mocking so he can line his bag up with some ADA.
He just Shark Tanked that whole conversation. He just wanted to know what was going on. A little engagement, and everybody starts giving him the facts.
And it was engagement farming too.
100%.
He knew. He knows.
He's good at that. He's good at that.
For that reason, I'm in.
Yeah.
I think we should probably get going with a giveaway though. Don't want to
that's
cut
what
off
I was
the
thinking.
amazing conversation.
I wasn't kidding. Let's do a giveaway.
Guys, should we do a giveaway?
Block. Should we try the YouTube way, or should we do that later?
Working. I've never used it before though. I set it up.
All right. I mean, I warned everybody before you got on here. I warned everyone that we're trying things for the first time. So yeah, we'll do one for YouTube now. Maybe we'll do another one for Twitch later, and then yeah, we'll just mix it up.
So if you are on Cardano Thor's Twitch stream right now, keep that open. You're going to need that. Open a new tab and go to Block is Hot YouTube channel, and there'll be we're going to explain more about how to enter. It'll probably just be typing. You'll need your YouTube account. You'll probably type in something in the chat, and that will enter you into the giveaway. As we said before, I know people are kind of cycling in and out. We want to reward the people that are in here engaging and communicating with us rather than just doing a Twitter giveaway where some random person sees it and just does the retweet and then logs off. Oh, I won. Oh, okay, great. Mm-hmm. We want to encourage you guys that are in here. So we're going to try to get that running.
Guests as well.
Hey, Block, do you want to try
get in on this?
I keep calling you. Do you mind if I call you Block? I for some reason I just
Block Jason.
Blockhead, same thing.
Blockhead.
Beautiful works too. If you want to.
Yeah. Hey, beautiful. Do you want to try the random number generator way? That sounds like a cool thing. Did you see that in the giveaway?
Pick a
He's
number.
figuring it out. I can see the cogs turning.
I heard 35 is a good number.
Now, I want to know what happened to the custom CNFT marble race map that you were supposed to build, Thor. Has this been worked on?
It kind of has, actually. Yeah, there is a custom map.
That's pretty cool.
Just YouTube needs to figure out a way to do marbles, like marble integration.
Yeah.
Then that would be we'd just be doing a lot of marbles. But yeah.
We need
yet.
YouTube to sell marble NFTs for marble racing on YouTube. That's the next meta right there. Marble.
Exactly.
Marble
A new
NFT.
project brought to you by CNFT Live. so we can do giveaways for you guys.
Which giveaway are we going to do this
what's
time?
the giveaway?
What NFT we got up
I know you're
online
getting
right
that
now?
Yeah, let's do why don't we do
Giving away a hype skull, right, Thor?
no
From
more
the last
hype
one.
skulls. No more hype skulls. But yeah, Block, have you started the giveaway or are you working on it?
Oh, I don't know what to do, man.
It's 3 a.m. He's
okay,
like, I have
okay.
no idea what the heck is going on.
I mean, you just look so confident that I thought.
I thought Blake was doing it. What do I need to do?
All right, so yeah, so you're logged into Nightbot, right? Go to giveaways.
Yeah.
Go to giveaways, and then you just go to a random number. Do you see that?
All right, let's see
The random
here.
number there.
My bad. I did not know you guys. You were waiting on me to do.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, what do we want to give away? Because I'm thinking 2. We give away 2 now, and then there's less time pressure.
Let's give away the Atlantic Ocean and the OG Bear.
All right, sounds good.
Let's do it.
Cool.
So
Do it.
The
giveaways.
Polar OG Bear,
and
which is a pretty high rarity, right?
Yeah, let me show my stream
Yeah.
or my screen.
Don't worry, guys. The giveaway hasn't started. We'll let you know.
So you want me to do random number giveaway?
Yeah. Why don't we do that? I want to try it.
So here is the
So 0 to 100. And
Yeah,
then,
people
we
guessed.
need more than that.
I would do
how
like,
many do-
yeah,
how
like
many
500.
We got
Okay.
177 people in here.
Oh, okay.
we'll do 180 then.
Yeah.
There you go.
All
So,
right,
yeah,
winning
this is
number
a,
31.
Oh,
Oh, did I say
Okay, 31 in the chat.
he's so tired, man. He has no idea.
There's so many 31s popping in.
Congrats, Block. Good job, buddy.
Congrats, he won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job,
what-
man.
All right, we're gonna redo this one then.
And now here come the 31s. Here come the
time.
31s.
It looks
right,
like
we're-
Clark, it said
we're
Clark Kent
canceling.
won the giveaway.
Okay, we just rolled again. We're waiting for a winner.
All right, giveaway started. Go.
I started.
No,
Go.
Put random
0
numbers.
and 180. 0 and 180. See who can win.
Do we get to guess in this?
Tommy's like, I want to get it on this.
This
If
one
you
is
are on
for-
Twitch, you have to go to YouTube. If you're on Twitch, you got to go to YouTube. It's not going to register.
This one is YouTube only.
I want to win a Wild Tang.
So is this one going to be the Atlantic Ocean or the bear? This is the bear, right?
There.
Let's do the bear. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, someone just got it.
The Nightbot should register it, but if you see it, keep that in your mind. It should.
Yeah, Matthew Harbsabugan. Sorry if I butchered your name.
Matthew.
Oh, with Harp Sabubin? What did you
I
say?
bet that's exactly how it's said. You probably nailed it.
I probably. I'm notorious for pronouncing everything wrong. Anyway.
Honestly, that was a great guess because I
was
just
gonna
saw
say,
him.
I'm so ignorant. I couldn't even. I don't. That's not an.
The chat's
umlaut. I don't
going
know
too
what's
fast,
above
I can't
that.
even see
I would
it.
be lost. So good on you for even trying. You got to take your shot.
Which number was it?
It was 109.
There you go.
109. I can't find Matthew's name, but
I saw him in there. He just put in there. He's got like a.
The Nightbot did grab it. 903 Nightbot grabbed it. I guess.
Yeah.
they're all 903, but.
Lots
Okay,
of comments
so-
coming through.
Let me just explain OG bears a little bit.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if you don't know about OG bears, the polar bears are a bit rare, more rare, and this is a female polar bear. And there's only female polar bears. There's actually no female black bears, brown bears, or zombies, or any of the others. So this is the only female bear you can get. Also, if you go to ogverse.io/home, you can actually play the demo of OG Bears, which is out right now. So that's pretty cool. And what's in the works is they're building their land and tokenomics, and it's also almost ready for deployment on iOS and Android.
Nice. Awesome. So you won, Matthew, you won the OG Bear. So why don't we have you DM Atlanick on Twitter? His Twitter's in the YouTube description. Hit him with a DM and he'll make sure you get your NFT. Awesome. Do we want to bring on our backstage guest?
We do, but let's re-roll it one more time for the.
Oh yeah,
for the,
yeah. That's right. That's right.
One
Sorry.
more re-roll.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Now this is for Nick. I'll go back to your shared screen. Yeah, perfect.
And Block, just to be clear, we are waiting on you.
Let me go.
109.
You're muted, man.
I love that we all do
cannot-
this on the daily, but none of us can figure it out live right now.
Where is it?
I'll take your screen share off until you're ready.
Oh no, it's all good.
Oh my
People
God,
are-
I was muted. I'm
Yeah.
way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Block,
I
are you
was
watching
trying
the
to
stream on like
unmute
the
you.
delay?
I was trying to unmute you, but it wouldn't let me.
I
Oh
even
my
told you, man.
gosh. No, I muted myself. This is how you know I'm tired. We already have a winner.
No, do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
All right, we'll re-roll it.
Yeah,
I'm
re-roll,
sorry,
re-roll.
Papa Lizzo, but all right, we just started again.
He said the winner too.
Oh man,
he took it out. I'm sorry, man. You took it out.
he's from SASE, man.
We're starting it again.
It's going right now.
0 and 180. 0 and 180.
So much for the smooth giveaways, Blake.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
Like you
Who
promised.
put me in charge of this? That's this is not a good idea.
You just wake you up in the middle of the night and expect so much.
I know, man. We still haven't had a winner.
Let's see.
So-
No winner yet. No winner
No
yet.
winner yet. Between 0
Chat's
and
going
180.
crazy. I'm trying to scroll slowly to see if we got a winner here, and the Nightbot picks it up. People watching this on the replay are like, "What are they doing?
Right.
What
We're
are
watching.
these weirdos?" This is for an Atlantic Ocean. Only 300 NFTs.
Yep. I can explain it either after a winner or before, whichever you want to do.
Let's do it now.
Okay. So this is a common ocean that I'm giving away. And you can see that and tell that because it's the one surfing. There's 3 different types. There's a common, uncommon, which is one of them laying down and sniping. And then one of basically this portrait right here design. And that's the mythical that you're looking at right now. It's my desktop wallpaper. And that is 10 entries into the whitelist giveaways that I do. So you'll join my Discord, you'll go to verify your NFT, then you'll go over to another section, but it's kind of long, but it's really just 3 steps. But once you get it, join my Discord, talk to a mod, we'll get you straightened out. But yeah, we give away whitelists for other projects. That's the whole point of this project. And this one right here is 1 entry every single time we are giving away whitelist spots.
Awesome. Thank you for giving this away. Have
Yeah,
we
no
still
problem.
not got a winner yet?
No, we do. We
do-
do.
oh, we do?
Dusty Death. Dusty Death.
Dusty Death, Chains of War mod, my guy.
Let's go.
Congrats to Dusty Death.
Congrats.
Maybe I missed the comment. You can. Is it 47? Is that the one?
No, the number was
You can guess multiple times, by the way, for the if we do this one again. So I think people kind of understand the premise, but
yeah, I can't see what number it was, but Dusty Death got it.
all right. I know who Dusty Death is though, so it's not like
Same.
a. Oh, here we go. Found it.
Nice.
Congrats to Dusty Death.
I'm talking to you already, Dusty. Just send me a DM.
Yep. Just go ahead and yep. Perfect. All right. So now the way I don't know how this is going to work because with this current software, we can only have 10 on-screen participants. So when I bring up our special guest, it's going to kick. Maybe it's just going to randomly kick one of us out. So it's
Actually,
like,
I got Jit anyways. That's perfect.
beautiful. TJ, thanks for
All right,
joining
everybody.
us
It was
tonight.
fun.
Bye, TJ.
Good night, dude.
Bye, guys.
See you, TJ.
Have a good one, man.
Awesome. All right. Who wants to intro our guest? Or I can intro our guest.
I'd be terrible at it 'cause I'm not sure. Our
Not
guest
me,
is.
bro. Not me.
I mean,
I'd
you're
love
really
to.
good at it.
Waiting for it.
Okay,
I'll
I'll take a swing at it. So our guest that's coming on, I have not done an interview with him yet, but I have been observing from afar, and I've loved what he's done with his project, Wild Tangs. We have Thad joining us on the CNFT Live. Thanks for coming on.
Hello.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
How's it going?
Good,
What's
man.
going on?
When I look at the screen, it's like the Cardano Avengers assembled. Like all it's like the A team. I'm loving it.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun, as you can probably tell. So
That's awesome.
So everybody's been super excited about Wild Tangs. I first saw you when you were doing your interview with Block, and I was like, this is really interesting. I'm kicking myself because you were currently minting for 35 ADA at the time, and I was like,
Kick
this is
yourself
great.
more. It was 30.
It was 30. There you go.
Wow.
And it was, you could do like 5 at a time, and it was like, oh my word, just absolutely stack. But I am a holder now. But yeah, tell us about the Wild Tangs project for those that don't know, and a little intro about you.
Yeah. So, hey guys. So Thaddeus Diamond. I don't code anymore in my day job, but I'm a former professional programmer. My partner Sonny, who some people know from the Discord, is the one who got me into Cardano. The project kind of was born out of us talking about Cardano and all the cool things going on with it, and so I started sketching some stuff up, seeing what I could do, and then we decided to try to give it a go to use my artwork to fund my open source development. So, the PFP series, which we sold out now about a month ago, was 4,444 unique humanoid orangutans, and the proceeds from that are going to fund all the open source code you may have seen on our Twitter. The key benefit for people who hold it is we've basically, for everything we build, we put a version of that on our website or on your phone. And you can only access the hosted versions if you have a tang or multiple tangs in certain cases. So, some people have seen, we've got this nice sweeping tool come out, and actually we'll talk about that more today, but JPEG has been super supportive. Blake reached out and said that was going to be a cool feature. So, we're excited to kind of build things like that. Yep, exactly. We're going to build things like that for the holders, and then on the back end, we're just going to open source everything so people can learn.
What do you mean by that? So tell me the difference between being a holder and then it being open source.
Yeah. So the key difference is there are a lot of things that are open source in terms of you can go and see the code, right? So Cardano itself is open source code. A lot of computers are open source code. Linux, namely, is open source code. But unless you know how to work a compiler and you know how to actually write and run the code, it's nearly impossible to do anything with the code you're looking at. So when you go on your computer every single day, you're probably interacting with thousands of pieces of open source software, and the code is freely available, but someone has just put it into a nice, neat package for you to use.
Gotcha. Okay. So as a holder, you get the nice, neat package for you.
Exactly.
Basically. Yeah.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Anybody else have questions for? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What up, Thad? I love how you've been
Hey,
coming to Twitter Spaces forever. Just straight, being super transparent and asking the community what we want. I know you and Goo's been tapping in for a while, and look at you, bro. Like a month later, dude, you built a sweeping tool for us. We've been needing this for 8 months. It would be amazing. How much would you think it decongest the blockchain if you can buy 5 NFTs in one transaction rather than one? Would that help us all?
Yeah, a huge amount. I mean, so that was part of why Blake reached out from JPEG. So right now when you go to JPEG store, you're buying one NFT at a time, but they've actually done the hard work to allow you to buy multiples. They just haven't had the time to get to the front end. They have a huge amount of work to do. And so what I did was I went to their website and I figured out how they were submitting transactions. And so I started to submit my own through my own tools. And they reached out and said, hey, why don't, I don't know if I'd call it a collab, but why don't we work together to make your tool a little bit better? So now you're talking, if JPEG can only buy one at a time and the average person is buying 5 NFTs, you could reduce the transactions per day 5x, right? And a lot of these, it's not all the transactions, right? There's a lot of DeFi stuff. There's a lot of money payments going on. So it's not going to be a huge portion of the network, but you're talking about really being able to scale the NFT ecosystem, which could help Cardano a lot, I think.
What? How does that work on the from the service fee side? Because I know that like JPEG charges a service fee for every transaction. So if you do a batch, does that lower the service fee, or do they account for all of the extra NFTs that you're buying in one?
Yeah, exactly. So they are very intelligent and they just do 2%. So anytime you submit to them, they'll say, what's your shopping cart worth? 2% on top. And they have code running on Cardano to validate that. But what's nice about this approach and how I'm going to price it for holders is, every time you submit, you're paying 0.7 ADA because it's a smart contract, right? Smart contracts carry a much higher fee. They're bigger transactions. So if you batch up a 10 NFT purchase, you're not going to pay 7 ADA. You might pay like 2 or 2.1, right? So our tool is actually going to just be 0.5 ADA per NFT. And I anticipate in the long run that people will net of chain fees save money using a batch tool.
That's awesome.
So how many can you sweep at once? Is there a limit? And also, is there any, foresight in the future to maybe your utility you keep building to therefore like generate fees as another branch of your business and generate that to holders in addition to every other thing you're trying to provide? I mean, if the legal structure, permits, of course.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I do have lawyers that I talk to pretty regularly. There are a lot of concerns around what's going on. We've talked kind of token land. We've talked rewards. I think that's in the cards, right? So I think in the cards is maybe a thought around how to use tokens as a way to give you a non-monetary reward, but then you can, obviously use certain tools or other things with our tokens. I guess what I would say is, in the long run, the sky should be the limit. There will always be a kind of a reality to the Cardano blockchain. I think now it's about 30 NFTs you'll be limited to, but we should never build tools that can only do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should always be pushing to do anything that Cardano supports. So to your first question, I think when I was doing the Wild Tangs mint, I could get about 30 NFTs minted at a time, and it'd probably be something similar off of JPEG.
Wow, that's killer. That saves so much time. And go ahead, Christy. I just say you wanted to go in, Christy.
Sorry. Yeah, I wanted to add to that real quick. So if you can buy multiple NFTs at a time, if you're clicking your NFTs, let's say I want to buy 5, does it create a hold on those NFTs, or is someone able to take that from you before you actually do the purchase? Say you go to purchase all 5 of them and one fails because somebody else bought it before you got to buy the group. Does it fail the whole transaction, or does it, how does that work?
It's a great question. So it depends on how you do it. And that's why this is tricky, right? If you submit, Cardano is what they call atomic. It's all or nothing. So it's like swiping your credit card. It goes through or it doesn't. If you submit one transaction for 30, this kind of bulk buy feature, that's going to be all or nothing. If someone got ahead of you and sniped it, it's not going to be there, and other 29 won't be available. The first version of this is going to be a little bit cleaner. It's going to be just signing one at a time. And that way you can do a whole sweep and just keep sweeping up the floor. So you could say, give me the first 10, I want to sweep them. But then when number 8 is taken, you still get, a couple after that. So I think it'll depend. It's a great question, Chrissy. And I think it'll really depend on how we build the tools for you guys, because the behavior may be different in what you want to accomplish.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Because we are actually, right, we're going to give away a Wild Tangs, which I'm very excited about. It's worth a lot more than when we originally decided to give it away. So I mean, it's just been incredible to see what the project is doing on the secondary market. It was so cool to see it #1 on the 24-hour volume.
Thank you.
But yeah, before we do that, I did want to ask you about you working with other projects, because I know that you're working with Clumsy Ghost, for example. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Clumsy kind of made our mint. I mean, they're an incredible community, and Eli, the founder, is just an incredible an incredible person and a great creator. He has a great team there too. There's Argyle and others. So what we wanted to do together was we wanted to kind of continue to push out this open source business model and show people how to make money. But I didn't really have the artistic skill, to be honest. I mean, I love my tangs, but I didn't have the ability to do a full kind of play to mint or, metaverse or whatever you want to call it ecosystem. So Clumsy is actually going to do their Clumsy Valley land mint. And that's all going to be minted through open source software. We're going to work on upgrading the open source vending machine that I used for Wild Tangs. Make sure that it, A, can scale, right? B, is not going to have anything go bad in terms of metadata or duplicates or what have you. But then C, we're going to try to add some whitelist features and really be thoughtful about how we bring that to the community. I know there's been a lot of conversations about how whitelists are done. So we're going to take all of that knowledge and thinking and then prove that you can build a business on top of it. It's going to be super exciting. I'm in constant contact with the team over there, and I can't say enough good things about them.
That's awesome. Can you touch on really quickly, if you wouldn't mind? Like, I know it took a minute to mint out, and then, you know what I mean? We were in the Twitter space, and all of a sudden it just started to snowball. We have like a dozen, but we only minted 3 because it just went so quick. And then next thing you know, I got lucky and scooped a few at 40. But then, we always believed in your utility, what you're going to build. We didn't believe it was going to come so soon. So you can kind of touch on that and what made it just all of a sudden snowball and you sell out like that?
Before you answer that, I would still like to think that it was you coming onto my stream because it's sold out that day.
Yeah, it's close.
But you might have announced the Clumsy Ghost collaboration that same day, but I think it's mostly you coming on my stream. And I wish I FOMO minted 5 while talking to you. Sometimes it pays off, but sometimes you gotta degen a little bit more. I wish I would have gone for that 10 or 12.
Well,
we had
I know some whales that have a couple hundred. Just
I was gonna say,
believed in really believed in your vision, and you come through for them. So,
well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think what I always tell people is like, it was funny. I got a DM today being like, "What's your secret?" Because of the 24-hour thing, people check the charts, and I said, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing every day. So. I think what ended up happening was I just kept building, and then we hit this Clumsy Valley partnership, and it was totally serendipitous, right? What was nice about it is when we went from doing about 50 to 100 mints a day in the first 2 weeks, and then we scaled up to, I think, about 2,000 or maybe even a little more in our final day, maybe even 18 hours. So what was nice about that is I think it really was showing the strength of the Cardano community, where some builder comes in, says, "Hey, we have credibility in the space. We want to bring someone up with us." That's Eli, right? He said, "I believe in this guy. I've seen a little bit of what he can do. I want to give him a shot." And so I really just view it as the Cardano community being like, okay, now that I've seen a little bit of, a joint collaboration going on, a little bit of credibility in the space, I want to put our support behind him. And yeah, it was honestly like, it's one of those days that like, you remember the date, you'll remember it for a long time. So it was amazing.
Hey, I have a quick question about
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, man. How it works. So like I saw in the tool that you could select which ones to sweep, so they buy in that order. But can you just pick any of them? Like, can you set like a price? Like, as long as it's below 200, let's say it's at 209. So as long as it hits below 200, I'll buy anything that goes under 200.
Yeah, so the sweep and the snipe are slightly different. So the snipe is going to be something kind of what you're talking about, which is more around the price and the action of the collection. The sweep is, hey, I know what move I'm making. Let me go make it quickly. The snipe tool that's coming out, we can get nerdy probably on another podcast, but we got to start talking about what we're doing on mobile. The mobile teams are amazing. I've actually talked to Sebastian over at DC Spark, and he's doing amazing stuff with Flint, but that ecosystem is just getting off the ground. So when you see more of those wallets progressing, it's going to be the type of thing where my app can send you a push notification. You'll get one click to go right to the transaction, and then you'll buy it, right? I think that's where we're all as devs hoping to take the space, because honestly, if you guys aren't using this, then there's not going to be the ecosystem, to support us devs.
All right,
Okay.
Should we jump into the giveaway?
Let's jump into the giveaway, and then I'll have while we're drawing the giveaway, I've got another question for.
All right, cool. Yeah, so let's do, because I'm seeing a lot of Twitch comments. Let's do a Twitch giveaway for this one. If everyone is cool with that.
Good luck. Good luck.
So if you're on YouTube,
you want to share your screen, or do you need to?
Don't think I need to.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're on YouTube and you want to participate, I mean I wouldn't blame you, because we got a wild tanks up for grabs. Yeah, jump all over to twitch.tv/CardanoThor, and we're gonna do another random number giveaway. Because why not?
I just sent it. I posed as Jason. I'm sorry. So in the YouTube chat, you can just copy paste that or go to twitch.tv/CardanoThor.
Exactly, and give it a follow while you're at it.
Hey, there you go. You're getting better. You're getting better.
Thank you. I'm working on it. All right. Everybody there? About to start this.
You're saying how to play.
Yeah, so once you're in on Twitch, you type any number between 0 and 180.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, wait.
And while that's going, or have you started it yet?
No, I haven't started yet.
The numbers are acting like you've won already, so they're just spamming. It's funny.
All right, let's see.
I'm also just watching all the wild tangs on secondary market just start to slowly get bought real quick.
Yeah,
the more that we're talking about these.
340 went up 28.
Thad killed it. Like he went from 200 to now this on the sweeping tool. So it shows right there with the community values, man. So
I think the community part, that point is really important. I didn't know there was a Clumsy Ghost connection there with you, because I feel that same feeling with, and this is not throwing shade, but just the whole Cardano Island Virtua thing. They kind of came in really hot, and they have a lot of followers, and they're like, "Hey, we're doing this metaverse," and everybody's like, "You just got here." Like I mean, you did Cardano Summit 2021, but that was kind of like with IOG. That wasn't with the community. That was like higher up. And so I feel like a lot of people are kind of watching it like, I'm not sure if I want to get in then. Then you have some like cornucopias in a similar example where they've just kind of been slowly building up. Okay, we do some mints here, wait another month or two, do another mint. So that's an interesting point. But while this is going, or whenever you're ready to say start, just
it's just giving me errors for some reason. I was trying to tell Block how to do it earlier, and now it's not working for me.
Or is it 3 a.m. where you are as well?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's say that it is. Yeah, so let's maybe I'll figure it out in the next couple of minutes. So you don't have to spam numbers right now, guys. I'll do it.
They're like, I'm going to try to get a tag. I'm just going to keep spamming.
Yeah, you never know.
Okay, so
hey, I've heard that before, Thor. When you have those mints where the mint time is at whatever, but you can start sending in and finding the address early. They know how the game's played. You say that, and you're going to do the giveaway, and it's going to be some guy like 10 minutes ago that sent.
There's a stream delay, so they're like trying to get in. But I'll get you after mine. Is just real quick. So the sweeping tool is kind of what the talk of the town, or just of your project. That's obviously one piece of a larger game that you guys want to play, a larger roadmap. What are some things that we can expect or can get excited about for the future that you can talk about?
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of this goes back to some of those early interviews with Block, like just kind of hashing it out and figuring out what to do. So I encourage people to join the Discord, discord.gg/wildtanks. We have a whole set of proposals there that we're going to look through. But the way I've kind of bucket, and we're going to have a community voting sort of interaction for that. But the way I'm thinking about it, right, is really like from a market lens. I want to have a robust set of creator tools, but I also want to have a robust set of DJing tools, right? You guys need sweeping, you need sniping, you needed a portfolio viewer on your phone, on your home screen, you needed, an NFT viewer widget. Those are things you can get today with Wild Tanks. So I think you'll see those kind of things come out of the DGen. And then on the creator side, right, I think there's tons of amazing minting services out there, but it's more about the robustness of the entry level tier, right? You're always going to have the chilled Kongs who can go somewhere custom and do something that blows our minds. It's really about how do we get that entry level in the 200, 300, 400 person, 200, 300, 400 asset collection, and do they have a set of tools that are kind of freemium so that they can be part of the Cardano ecosystem? So I put my proposals in those two buckets. Kind of limited by me. I mean, I'm I'm Wild Tank, so as much as I can get through, I will. But yeah, we'll just keep listening to community feedback and build what the people need.
Jason,
can I touch on one more thing? Did you the other day you mentioned about having a certain amount of tangs to be able to mint your own collection for free, right? Didn't you say like you had one tang, it was 500 NFTs to mint for free? So if I had 10 tangs, I can mint an NFT collection of 5,000 for free. And we know NFT minting services cost a good bit of money. So is that correct? Do I have that understanding now?
That's correct. Yeah, that's live today. There's kind of an issue until we get to Vassal, so it'll be more robust in Vassal. But I'm working with some creators to get that tested and launched now. I will say too, I'm always a free refills guy. I've been packing on a little pounds, but not in that sense. You can actually go to our website, put in 500 NFTs, and reload the page every 500 NFTs fee-free. So you could do a 5K collection with one tang, just keep reloading the page. I mean, that's always the model we want to encourage, because use should never be a barrier, right? Like that's such a bad business model to say use is going to be a barrier. If anything, it should just get easier the more you do it.
That was your first utility, right? That's when I thought about tangs. I mean, that, in my opinion, that was like my first thing I thought of. Like if I just wanted to like draw something rather than spend $10, because it probably will fail, just me doing something, you giving the option just to do it for free is very nice. Whether free, I don't know anything's free, but you get what I'm saying. Like, minimal.
Sure, no fees. Yeah, no additional fees.
Right? So
yeah, it is no additional fees. Yeah.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Giveaways live, by the way. Type, if you on Twitch, type !tangs to enter.
Block, did you have another question while that's going?
Oh no, it was more of like a silly comment. I was going to say, do you have a random number generator text sweeper?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
For YouTubers,
180 win tangs on these giveaways, man.
We definitely need a tangs giveaway tool. I think this stream has highlighted that. Just
Dude,
wanted
we
to
need
give
that tool, man.
Yeah,
to get the sweeper.
Definitely.
Why don't you draw me those little like pinball machines, and then we'll kind of like animate it. We'll get it going.
It's like an animated dartboard. Just throw it.
That's
out.
right. That's right.
No, but in all seriousness, though, man, it's crazy because when I had you on the channel, like it was pretty early in the process. Like it was crazy. Like I think less than maybe 1,000 were minted at the time. And I remember after the call, I went and minted to support and stuff. And it's just crazy to see how much growth you've had and how much you've developed already. And that's mad respect. I've messaged you a couple of times about tools that, come to my mind of things that could be useful. And I love the model of what you're doing, and I wish you told me to mint more, bro. I wish you weren't so humble and told me to just mint 100, 200, 300. But it's cool, man. I love what you're doing, and like I said, we were talking about you and our Discord today, and just some of the stuff that you're building. So I'm happy to see it, man.
Thanks, man. And not to be kind of deflective, but like, it is the community, right? I mean, I'm just building what you guys say. Like, it's fun for me because I think it's so nice about Cardano. Like, I'll get in a chat with someone and they'll be like, "Why don't we have this?" And I'm like, "Great, why don't we have it? Let's just go build it." So I think the willingness of people in Cardano to engage like that, it is actually much rarer than people think, and it's just it's crazy how, what is it now? We're 3-4 months into this project. It's just flown by.
Sounds like I need to talk to you more often because I'm always saying, "Why don't we have this? Why don't we have that?"
There's
going to be
spaces, man.
Yeah.
He's going to open up a new channel on our Discord. Why don't we have this?
Yeah.
And so you can just spam his workload tickets. How much runway do you have now after the sale and some of the secondary? Are you good for a good while?
Yeah, well, I mean, I still actually mine fiat. I have a day job, so this is student loan money. My wife is a medical resident. We talked about that a couple times. So, I think the way I look at it is like, ultimately, this will be, if I'm successful, my business, right? So I'll get to some sort of monthly run rate where this makes sense. Yeah. I would say, to be specific about your question, the mint was probably somewhere in the 6-month range, and we're on about month 3 of that. I think if we see some adoption with the sweep tool, that could provide a little bit of extra runway there. But we'll see how the business models go.
But
Awesome.
Tanks, when season 2 is what we're all wondering.
I'm just gonna flip it. I'm just gonna do the same things, but I'm just gonna flip it.
There you go. Flip the image. Yep, love it.
Last chance to enter the giveaway, guys. If you want to share my screen, Blake, I'm gonna
join on Twitch.
I'm seeing a lot of numbers. It's exclamation Tang.
I was gonna say that. Everybody missed that, right?
They're still on the numbers.
Exclamation Tangs. So last chance right now to enter because I'm gonna pick a winner.
And I just want to, give you a shout out, Tangs. Some people probably don't know. We had a little bit of a back and forth. We put it all under the rug, and I really enjoyed you having come on Shark Tank as a guest judge the other day. Was that yesterday? Anyways, it's
crazy. Yeah, it goes quickly.
crazy how
Yesterday.
things go. Yeah, yesterday. And you gave really great feedback to projects, and I'm glad that you're in this space building, and it's so cool that you have that direct lifeline with the community and you're so responsive. And I think the success of your project is a big result of that. And I think the other thing is that it's really underestimated how much having it might be open source, but having that utility that people can use and not need to be a coder means, having that GUI for people to use means. And real quick, because I know I really wanted to get this question into you. For people who are concerned about it being open source, like, can you just really briefly explain what that means? Like, here's a really easy example. Like, why doesn't, because in a way you're doing JPEG stores work for them. Why don't they give, why don't they use your code just to implement their sweeping tool on the site? Then you wouldn't need to use a Tang. So can you kind of speak to, open source and profitability and answer that? That'd be great.
Yeah, it's a great question. I guess the short answer is if I'm successful, they will use it, right? But I'll be on to the next thing. I think the thing about open source is it's really a pathway for innovation. So I'm going to build things that don't exist. I promise you, I'll monetize them. I'll try to find a way. But we should always be moving on to the next thing. And I know you and I do want to say something too, which is I know there's been a bit of talk on Twitter and we've gone back and forth about some of my thoughts on Barry's SIP68 and stuff like that. Like, when you look at what Barry's done, he's always progressed to the next stage in open source. Just because I have a disagreement with him technically doesn't mean I have any bones about that. He is constantly saying, this is what's out there. This should be the standard. And then by the time people get on it and figure it out, he's on to the next thing. So I think, if I'm successful, this will be a mainline JPEG feature in a few months. And hopefully I can build something else cool for you guys.
That's huge. I love it. And then you can already hear the utility is, if you own a Tangs or however many you need, you're going to be able to use that utility until it gets functional elsewhere as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, right away. Yeah. It's a first mover advantage for sure. And I think the way we've thought about it is like, if you want, like Chronic is saying about the beta I think might be a little bit higher, maybe 20, maybe 25. But we'll always try to get to that multis because I think the people who really invest in us, I want to make sure that they're getting that first mover advantage. But over time, it should just become a commodity.
Awesome. Good stuff. Appreciate you, man. Keep building. Love it.
Yeah, thanks, exactly. Thanks for coming on. I think this is turning into the Wild Tang show, which is a great show. But but yeah, we picked a winner. Congrats to who was it? D-Man.
Yeah.
CNFT.
Yeah. D-Man.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
He's been in all the different chats.
Exactly. So yeah, there he is. Exactly. Yeah. You go. Enjoy your wild tanks. Hop into my DMs on Discord. That'll be good.
Good deal.
Great.
Appreciate you, my man.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask really quick. I have someone asking me to ask you if you don't mind to say just real quick how that's going to work. You're gonna just click the sweeping buttons like it shows on your video, and then you pretty much just take it to the cart, and buy it like you would on anything else. They just, Tal and some others want me to make sure that was correct, how you're going to use it. So it's
correct, right? So, yeah, so that I posted a teaser picture about should I press the button this morning. So think about when you use Eternal. If you hit that little Eternal icon, it pops you over to a web page. That's the functionality. So kind of like add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Click the Wild Tangs logo in your browser, and it'll pop your whole shopping cart right there, and then you'll be able to sweep.
That's
perfect.
Awesome.
Easy is nice. Wonderful.
Easy is nice. That's right.
Thank you so much. So much info.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys,
that's
man.
a lot
I
of
love the
info.
love, but you got to be harder on me next time. It's got to be like a boxing match or something. I don't know.
Well, then
Well,
stop creating
You
cool
guys
things.
are too nice.
Dude, I'm still waiting on that 30 Tang airdrop you promised me. I don't know what happened with that, bro.
Any day. It's in the mail. It's in the mail. It got lost on the Atlanick. It's coming to Portugal soon. Don't worry.
Thanks for coming on, Thad.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate
Be
it.
safe, brother.
Yeah.
Take care, man.
Awesome.
Great segment.
I think it was great to have him on. Just as an example of like how far we've come, you know, when it comes to tools and NFT, just technology, minting, like like just from January, like we're talking like 6 months.
Yeah,
we've come a long way, which is awesome.
It's really cool the access you can have to someone that's, revolutionizing, we're building, it's like the internet all over again. So it's really cool. And just, it's really wonderful to see, man. It providing a lot of utility. It's awesome. Been needed.
It is, and to circle right back to the start of this, we're talking about real life utility and encouraging that more mainstream adoption. And that is one of the biggest barriers, is the technology and how seamless it runs. And that's why it's so important that we continue to get more and more devs out here building. So I love to see it. And it's cool.
Yeah.
It's happening. And like you said, since January to now, even things have just evolved.
It's crazy. The first smart contract marketplace launches in January, and here we are buying, we got developers making tools for these marketplaces that are going to become the next standard, and forcing them to have to adapt to that stuff, which is great. So if anything, it pushes innovation. So that's awesome for him.
I love how we've barely covered January so far, and it's been an
So-
hour and 40
That's what I was saying.
Everybody thought we were joking about the 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
We all saw your
We're
outlet.
baiting you right now on this.
Block's like it's 4:40 a.m.
Block's like,
Dude, I don't know if I
Raccoons
can
minting
pick
in
this
how
over
many
that
hours?
4-hour one, but
He's gonna slowly just dissolve.
Dude, I'll tell you what though, in a little bit of a brain break for people, this soda Samol is honestly freaking awesome, man. I don't know if anyone has had it, but yeah, I've never seen it in the US. It's like an orange. It's like almost like Fanta, but better. Like it's crazy.
Is this an official sponsorship or?
Yeah.
Block's like, hey, we're just gonna sneak this in
This
here.
is my first paid promotion, guys.
Yeah.
It's at the top. That's awesome. So where are we on this topic list over here, Blake?
Let's jump into now we're on February. We can go a lot faster through some of these, but some of the ones that were bullet pointed, I'll just kind of speed run through these. We had two 150K sales. One was a dead pixel, and the other one was the Boss Cat Rocket Club, the high rank Boss Cat. Jarheads, the art project. Shout out to Jarheads. Overexposed was in February. Disco, Soho Kids, Mandrills, and then we had that. We had the CNFT awards from. Why am I blanking
That's such
on
a
the
curveball of an event that happened so early in the year. I still don't get that one, but maybe they revise that a little bit, hopefully for next year.
Yeah,
I think there's definitely space for an award show, because before they became a thing, like I was thinking about it, like, hey, let's do this, like let's make this happen. So I'm glad somebody did it. But yeah, I'm hoping next year it might become like
pushed out bigger. I just stumbled upon it, on Twitter.
Yeah,
so
same.
it's like, oh, there's an award show for Cardano or for NFT. So
Oh man.
Maybe we need to have like our unofficial, like
we should 100%.
award show.
Well, I was saying, TJ's been talking about that a few times when we meet up during the week. Where why is this not in CNFT Con in Vegas? Like that just seems like it would have been perfect for that. Like everyone would have been together already. A lot of projects would have been together. Everyone in one place. You could actually kind of have like a real award show kind of feel. It would have been awesome. I mean, obviously it's still early, so they're setting a lot of this stuff up, and hopefully learn as they go and see these opportunities. But that would have been fantastic. Just everyone in Vegas together for like kind of like a real awards night.
Yeah.
We need to bring Thad back on. On-chain voting for CNFT live NFT awards. We need to get that up and running ASAP.
We could talk to the guys over at Old Money too up here. They just did their election on chain.
Oh yeah, I'm
over
sure.
there.
There's a lot of people that could do
go.
that. But
if we give that some of Block Soda, he could probably do it in 24
Oh
hours.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're gonna go back to February. We'll breeze through it. But does anybody want to talk on Mandrills, Soho, Disco, Overexposed, or Jarheads? Those were the kind of the bigger projects that minted in February. Anybody want to tackle those or say a piece on those?
Overexposed was hype, right? They started with the Genesis token. I loved it. Thor, you started that with that. That was epic. I think that was the first Discord or Twitch or Twitter. You could tell it, but that was epic. You know, where they're going now, you know, we can always, you know, everyone got their opinion. I don't really particularly love the direction they're going and such. But I still hold 3 Genesis and like 6 mechs. You know, I mean, it just could have been so beautiful. You know, like so many other things.
You were going for that full collection at one moment.
It kind of hurt people's. It hurt the buyer sentiment. It hurt the sentiment of the project. And you can't be patient right now. You'll be broke, right, guys? I mean, come on.
We just talked about this literally on our podcast this week. But the overexposed thing is the fact that there's that artwork is still some of the most. I'd say beautiful on the artwork, just high quality, anything, across any blockchain. I still think they're up there. But that was not enough for, like you said, the buying power inside this community or just where we're at inside CNFTs is just not there yet, because once everybody saw the black paper kind of come out, and even though that 10-minute video, which was amazing, when they heard that their thing wasn't immediately going to pump them into whatever they thought they were going to do, you saw everybody kind of walk away and the hype died back down. But I do think long term that project, you know, that they have a great team behind them, and I know they're revamping some stuff right now. So I think they'll have their moment again. But that was a perfect example of just, I think they got too hyped for their own good just because the artwork was so amazing. Is that they're in their next phase of that plan, and I do hope that they go up, because I'm holding one of the 101s that I minted one of those, and I'm just waiting for that day.
Well, I don't think it was just the artwork. Like I think it was. Like, I want to give some credit to the marketing, because, you know, like, we have a lot of great artwork on the blockchain that is not this much hype, doesn't get this much hype. So I think they found a cool niche of creating a PFP, but also delivering on some of the most amazing high quality artwork that you've seen in the space. Like, we have... for example, Tyler with Spaces, he's been creating amazing pieces for a while, but they tend to be one of ones, right? Mm-hmm. And so we have a lot of cool artwork, but yeah, it's about giving people what they want, right? And right now, the focus has never been more on utility, because I think it's exacerbated by the market conditions. Like, people want to get a return on their investment right now, so that's super important.
Thor, I'd argue back to that, because I think you make a great point. I think you remind me, you are like the art collector, I'd say, as far as the content creators go. When I watch everybody, because you'll mint anything just because of the way it looks, and I think that's an awesome way to go. But look at Aeonium Sky, take that's no utility promise with that, and they've gone all over the place. Even there was a time where you could buy it right off mint. And then now look at them. They've got their moment, and the sun is finally coming to light because people are finding it and they're appreciating that artwork. So I think that moment will come. People may have to pay their dues a little bit, or that people may need to discover it, but there will come a time for that. I think Overexposed, like you said, at that time just launched in that time period where everybody was just so hyped and expecting something crazy. So
that's the thing. It's about setting expectations and
True.
What kind of project are you promising? You know,
right.
So I feel like Aeonium Sky is a good example of someone who has never been promising much beyond just his artwork, right?
Yeah.
So I think that is in his favor right now, and I posted it in Block Server and in my newsletter, like as my investment pick of the week last week, because it's so cool to see fine art becoming like a little bit more like what you see in the traditional space, or traditional markets where people with a lot of money, they diversify by buying fine art. They might not know much about fine art, but it's a great store of value and a good way to diversify. And I think we're going to see more of that on Cardano, and Aeonium Sky is the first big example of that. So I love it.
It's a top tier.
You know, and just oh, go ahead, Chronic. Go ahead.
No, so I just 2 seconds, Heaps. I'm sorry, brother. About OE. Now they're gonna have that black paper, and they showed the utility with the music and combining 3 instruments. If they can make that like them 3 instruments combine and be like a 3-minute video, like he did number 10B. Oh my God, he can just blow up the exposure. You know, that's what I'm thinking. But me as like a music guy, I'm not really like I can't use that. Nick, you gonna use it on your tracks. Me, maybe you know what I mean. Other than the intro to my YouTube channel, I'm not artsy like that. So like, if he comes out and gives like little mini 2-minute clips that I'll have that one, like that last one when he sang and that little, it was breathtaking. You know what I mean? So Ren, I have full faith in him. It's just like you said, the hype. You got to temper expectations and be patient. And I'm still heavily invested in the project. I mean, I was just hoping for it to, you know, take over. You know, you know how the hype was. So again, my bad. Thank you, brother.
Well, sometimes the biggest hypes come with the biggest crashes after. So you have to be careful. Sometimes people are buying in because of FOMO and they're really loud and excited about it. But it's hard to keep that momentum going. I mean, Mallard Order is holding it, but not a lot of people can. So, you know, it doesn't mean they're not going to go back up. It just means it went up artificially really fast and then had to come back down and correct. So it doesn't mean anything other than you just got to wait it out till hopefully the next announcement and see what they're going to bring next. That's what I'm excited for. I mean, they're so talented. Something's going to come out of there.
And speaking of, if you guys don't mind me moving, like change the topic a little bit, moving into March, because it's kind of a similar project, maybe. Well, not really, but talking about good art, Fun Plastic.
Oh yeah,
that was a thing in March where we saw the floor price rise. I can't remember what it went up to, 200-300 ADA.
They were up to 400
it was
at one point. They were up to like
400?
400 before the eggs revealed.
Yeah, and then they revealed, and you can see the floor right there now. So that, you know, that has been quite the ride for that project.
The only thing I would say to that though is that the art style was completely different in my mind with the eggs compared to what the Fun Plastics were. And I think there was a little bit of a disconnect between the expectations of what they were going to get out of those. And not to say that those are bad or anything. I think that may have shifted a little bit of the thing for them with Zygor's work over there. But that was my only thing with it, was like, that's what we got out of those, because it didn't seem like that was what it was going to be originally. But again, it was the hype. The unrevealed portion of that really shot that up at that time.
Yeah, I think that's a really important distinction, is the unrevealed to revealed psychological element, because massive shout out to Zygor, very, very talented artist. And I really feel for him, as I can only imagine, being a creator and having something, be valued at a certain amount, and then people see it, and I'm using all of this in quotations, and it dropped, and how that must feel. But I just want to give him mad props. He's a super talented artist. He's super dope. And I think even aside from any artwork, I think because we see this in almost all drops that go from unrevealed to revealed, there's a psychological element that the surprise is no longer there. And it's almost agnostic to the actual art quality itself. And I'm not saying if it is 100% agnostic in this case, but I think it certainly has played a large factor in all of that.
Yeah. One thing I want to bring up with this whole thing too, like the psychology, I feel like expectations and reality commonly don't meet. I think like most of the time people always expect more. They're always expecting something crazy. And when you leave it up to imagination, now all of a sudden he's expecting this and he's expecting that and he thinks this is going to be this. And, like expectations are a really weird thing. And like, it was unfortunate to see, because I've actually been talking to Benjamin's group's team recently, this whole thing go down. But whenever you have something that's like a mystery, I just feel like the odds of you actually being able to deliver and beat people's expectations are really low. Even if this came out to be an amazing looking project, and maybe even if it correlated a little more, I think you would still have people disappointed.
Right.
So I don't know, like maybe that's something to pay attention to for different NFT projects out there. It's like kind of doing this mysterious thing might build up a lot of hype, but how often are you actually going to surpass what people were expecting? you know, and I think that's kind of what happened there. It kind of let some people down, and you know, people were thinking of different things, and then it was this whole collapse, you know.
And I still got to give them their roses because they were kind of one of the first to do this kind of stuff on Cardano, and I felt like they were a little bit of an experiment and kind of paved the way. And sometimes it's the first people to pave the way who kind of unfortunately get hit with some collateral damage, if you will. Real quick, I just want to put the stream on hold for a second. If you're watching this, please do smash those like and subscribe buttons. Cardano Thor on Twitch, give him a sub. And the block is hot on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and share out the space. Appreciate you all.
Yes,
Let's go. Hype man in there.
What's your hourly rate for, you know, if I could hire you as a hype man?
What do you mean? Hey, I just, you know what it is.
Dude, I just got 300 new subs.
You get a CryptoHeaps soundboard for the streams.
Yeah, there we go.
Should we do a couple more giveaways?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do another giveaway.
Let's try the CardanoThor.com/giveaway.
Okay.
We're out.
If you guys have not gotten into that, because there's for those of you that have been here the whole time, we appreciate you. And for those that have not, I'm going to be linking this link again. It's an entry style system where you make an account. You can log in with your Discord. We're not taking the email addresses. It's just part of the website. And then you get certain entries by completing certain tasks. So if you follow Atlanick, that gives you 1 entry. If you follow all of us, that gives you 6 entries. If you're, you know, how we count Freedom 35ers. And then like subbing on YouTube and joining Discords. And so then we draw winners based on how many entries you have or the total number of entries. So, and I've seen little notifications come on about like people joining my Discord.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that like some people are being able to do those entries.
I've seen the Twitter followers and stuff come through too on our end. So
okay,
definitely, that's definitely working.
No need to just like flex.
Discord's better. Blake, you're telling them that doesn't really mean anything, but it definitely means something. No.
No. Yeah, we got about 900 entries right now. And guys, don't follow anyone if you actually don't like them.
Right. Don't follow and then unfollow afterwards. Like just save yourself the time and
it hurts us more than you think when I see that.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. No, it's actually like I decided to try it because I also just wanted to. It's another way for people to just find us everywhere because I feel like everyone on here is creating awesome content. So, yeah, here you are. You can find us right there, and hopefully win some cool stuff.
What is what are we giving away?
Oh yeah, now, where are we at?
Ooh. Okay. Let's give away.
We have someone in the green room. We could talk about Ada Army, or we could talk about some of those things and give away that. Yeah, Stanley.
Yeah,
Stanley. Hey, welcome on to the show.
Timing.
Hey guys, what's going on? Thanks for having me. There's some big names up here. I'm almost a little bit nervous.
Hey, Stanley.
Feel welcome, please.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Yeah, it's going well.
I can maybe give Stanley the introduction for people who don't know him, and yeah, maybe the giveaway can be Ada Army because it's only fitting. Stanley's actually here representing Peppermint NFT, which is a paid minting service, and the connection to Ada Army. Ada Army is a project on Cardano you may or may not know about, and you know it's funny, we've been hearing all these talks about utility and a bunch of stuff, and kind of what I would call the opposite of passive, right? Like NFTs where you really do need to interact. Ada Army is kind of, I think, more unique in that you hold the Ada Army and you get passive rewards, and it's through this partnership with Peppermint NFT, which is a paid minting service. You hold the Ada Army in your wallet. You don't opt in. There's no Discord opt-in. You don't do anything. It sits in your wallet and you get paid automatically as long as you don't have it listed. And that's why I think the floor is so thin on the Ada Army. You know, most people are just buying and holding and collecting, which was really our goal. But enough about Ada Army. This is about Peppermint NFTs. We're a premium minting service, but you know, we don't even need to talk too much about specifically Peppermint. I think this really relates to the chat about having more developers come to Cardano, as well as how the ecosystem has evolved. You know, we're talking about things that have really come a long way since January to now and improved. Peppermint was and is here to help improve the minting experience, along with a lot of other great minting engines that have come up since last year. But I'll hand it over to you, Stanley, about kind of how and why, Peppermint was formed and the purpose of it, if you will.
Yeah, thanks. And it actually got me thinking, watching the show earlier on, just hearing you guys talk about projects of the past, thinking about like how a lot of their mints went and thinking about how far minting has come. I guess in the last 12 months, I'm sure, everyone here has been around for a long time. So they've seen, 12, 6, even, 9 months ago, like how bad the minting experience was for project creators and for collectors as well. We're kind of at a stage now where I find almost like 9 out of 10 mints are going perfectly, which is great. And I think a lot of that is off the back of, people like Patrick at NFT Maker, people like BuffyBot. They've laid down some great foundations in the space for other people to come along and build on top of. But yeah, like I think it's been said a few times, it's good to remember kind of where we came from in the space, the people that were building back then. And yeah, I think we've come a long way, and it's been a positive for the NFT space as a whole. And yeah, we're very excited. We love being in the minting ecosystem. We're super passionate about all things minting. I don't want to get too corny and soppy, but running an NFT project can change your life, and collecting a good one can change your life as well. Like, look at people that have collected Space Buds, Chilled Kongs. It can completely turn your life around. But in saying that, having a bad mint and having it all fall apart at the beginning can sometimes, put up some roadblocks and that kind of thing. So we love being, helping projects at kind of that early stage where the project can be a little bit vulnerable. So yeah, we just love giving people a smooth minting experience.
Yeah, and we kind of were in a time where, like you mentioned, most of the hype mints were going south. So when we first started Peppermint, we really only focused on like the more hyped and high profile mints, which we continue to do. We had we have our legendary lead dev, Steve. He's fully doxed. A lot of us, we're all actually doxed on Peppermint now that I think about it. And we're really happy to have recently onboarded another dev, an OG dev to the game, Fred, who's done a lot of mints. He was one of possibly the first minter on Cardano. We've added him to the team, so I'm absolutely stoked. And now we have the ability to mint almost any project, because we're turning down a lot of projects. So, if you're a project, you want to get some mints happening, please do follow. And I think some of the Cardano Thor, and I see Block has linked the Peppermint NFT Twitter. Really appreciate that, because for me, I'm not a techie dev. But I'm all about community, and I've been, this is what we talk about internally at Peppermint, is like, we also want to make it fun to kind of follow and be a part of Peppermint, whether that's giveaways, whitelist spots, whatever it is. We really want people to enjoy Peppermint for both the comfort of having a very smooth minting experience and a very fair minting experience that, looks good for the project and Cardano. It's fun to do, but also, have some prizes and fun stuff. So please check us out and give us a follow. But yeah, Stanley and Stanley's also here to chat anything minting related and anything like that. So thanks for the platform too.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, at the end of the day, we just want to see the Cardano NFT ecosystem succeed and do well. And I think, the minting has proved just night and day since it first started kind of 12 months ago. So it is exciting to think about where the technology, not just minting technology, but where all the technology is going to be in another 12 months. Some exciting times ahead.
Yeah. So are you discouraged by the current market conditions, like, or do you still see opportunity like in this business?
Yeah, good question. It definitely has been I would lie if I'd say it hasn't been a little bit discouraging. We've kind of been around in the space a little over 12 months now. So in that 12 months, it's pretty much just been a kind of a downward trend in crypto and that kind of thing. So yeah, I would be lying if I'd say I wasn't a little disheartened, but at the same time, I think it means that there's less people around building like it. The space is a little less crowded, so you can kind of have a bit more freedom to kind of build a little slower maybe, and you can be a little bit more patient in how you do things. So while, it can be a little disappointing that we're in a bear market, I think it's good to look at the bigger picture and try and build something now. Try and get established in the marketplace, so then when we do hit the bull run, we'll be in a good place to be able to yeah, help out a lot of projects.
And
second follow-up question.
Yeah,
sorry, like any tips? Like, how do you like that beautiful mustache? What's your
that's
secret?
on point.
It used to be a thing for the Ada Army. We used to all have mustaches, but now I see CryptoHeaps is gone and CNFT is off. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Call them out right here.
Look, I'm growing it. I'm growing it for CNFT Con. Don't worry, it'll be back.
Yeah, one thing people might not know about Heaps is I think he probably has the ability to grow something bigger than this in about 12 hours. I wish I could grow facial hair that quick. But yeah, some tips for, I guess, not getting too down. I think trying to remove yourself from Twitter and Discord pretty regularly. Like I'll try and have at least a couple hours a day where I'm just do something for myself, get outside, do exercise, try and go like on a little weekend getaway with the girlfriend and the dog, which obviously I understand not everybody can do, but just trying to, I guess, clear my mind and focus on other areas of my life, like so that not everything is 100% NFTs. I'm sure it's happened to people here. You go to bed like literally dreaming about talking in Discord, and it can get a bit too much. So I just try and find a perfect balance, I think. Really helps me.
But you know what else is that, at Peppermint, we're inundated with projects coming through. There's so many. I mean, people may or may not know, I run the Shark Tank, the Twitter Space CNFT Shark Tank on Tuesday, Thursdays. And we're booked out like a month in advance, and we've actually expanded. We used to do 3 projects an episode. We're up to 4. So there's still a lot of people out here building, and I don't think anything's going anywhere. And like Stanley says, it is like a little bit of a time that it's an opportunity because it's about the people still here. And it's also for me from a relationship standpoint. I know everyone who's out here, like all of you up today, all the speakers, YouTubers, all of you, we're here real. We're not just here in a bull market and bailed. And same for all the project creators, same for all the community members. So shout out to you. If you're listening and watching this right now, shout out to you. You're a real one. And I think when, not if, but when the bull market comes, we are all going to be laughing.
Yes.
That's the hopium I needed.
Yeah, maybe. Hopium.
I need Heaps all the time, man. You're motivational speakers. You need to put out your videos, man. Keep doing the shorts. Give us some motivational speeches too.
Yes. maybe
you
funny
can't get this mint. You can't get this rare.
Yeah. Okay. I got the perfect idea. So the Shia LaBeouf green screen, just do it. I need a Heaps version with a green screen behind him, so I can put him anywhere I want. That'd be great.
Exactly.
Thor, do we have the giveaway ready?
Yep, we should have it ready.
Okay. And I've got a question for Stanley. And while is there anything they need to do, or you're just going to draw it?
Maybe you can just pop it up on screen so people can see it's not rigged. Yep. So gonna pick one winner, and we'll find out who it is.
This is for one Ada Army.
Yeah, yes. Not just anyone, but a medic as well. And I think the
nice.
floors, I don't know, it's 3 digits. The medics have sought after, and I just want to make a point on something earlier as well, like Aeonium Sky, talking about the artwork. What I was going to say is as well, to their credit, is and congrats to Mariano LaRosie for winning that medic. Well done. And you know what? If you want to drop it on the floor, the AD Army community is epic. They'll sweep it right up for you. So whether you want to hold it and get those that passive income through the partnership with Peppermint, or you just want to flip it, that's totally fine. But Aeonium Sky, and by the way, I don't hold them. I don't know much about them. I was randomly in Future Fest the other day, and I saw Aeonium Sky in there, and I see them around in Twitter. And I think there's a massive lesson here in staying in the game, staying active in the community. Yes, the artwork is dope. I haven't seen it, but then I see this person stick around, and I think that is key as well. Projects that stick around. Shout out to the Ada Army and its community as well. We're sticking around. We're here for the long term. We always said we were. Here we are. We're coming up on a year anniversary from our mint, and kind of like the project's almost never been better. And so I'm very happy with that. And I just want to congrats the winner. But yeah, I think staying in the community is super important as for project creators too, to get that exposure as well.
Yeah, I think during the bear market, especially, that's the best time for projects that didn't necessarily moon during the bull runs, but have been here for months or almost a year now. Aeonium Sky has been here a year and some change. I think it's just a matter of time before people find your project. And when they do find it, You know, I would much rather personally put some money into Aeonium Sky rather than a new mint during a bear market, because that Aeonium Sky is going to be there. I know it is. I've seen it. But this new mint, I don't know.
That's a good example too. Is even recently was Beyond Citizens from Beyond Rockets. They started out from the beginning building their their floors, and now here they sold out a 10K collection, and it's doing amazing right now. And people are buying in because they trusted that project. They know they've been here for a while. So, like you said, the time will come as you guys age and stick through it, and I think that gives buyer confidence. So. Awesome to see what you guys are doing. And shout out to you guys over at Peppermint. I think that's one of the most easy queue systems I think I've ever had during like the minting time.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, you guys did a great job with that.
Appreciate that a lot. And know that we've expanded so we can offer all types of mints as well. So address drops, queues, whatever you want, we're here for you.
Love it.
Awesome.
We do have. I have to go to bed, guys.
That's fair enough.
I appreciate everyone coming on here. It was nice talk. It's been a while since I've talked to some of you guys too, so it's always nice to chop it up. And thank you to the guys who helped get this organized. It's been way too long since we've done this, and it's been fun.
Get some rest.
We'll turn the lights off when we leave. We promise.
I was going to say, we'll shut the door. We'll be quiet on our way out.
Don't leave my channel, please. I'm begging. But yeah,
and congrats again, mate. Congrats on the jellies.
Congrats,
you guys are doing so well.
Appreciate it.
Keep it up, man.
Jason.
Awesome. Any other final comments on Peppermint with Stanley before he heads out?
Man, keep grinding, dude. Keep doing your guys' thing. You guys are doing something awesome for this space, so we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Keep building, yo. What's up, Stanley? My bad, I had to grab some upstairs. Keep building so when the next bull run comes, bro, they can be beating down the door, and y'all, that's what's up. So we know y'all gonna be here, so just keep doing it,
Appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I think over the next few weeks you'll probably see us around, or hopefully you'll see us around a fair bit more. We got some big things coming. Awesome. We have just hired a new social media manager who is someone relatively kind of big in the space. I'd say everyone here should know him, but some exciting things coming. And I just want to say before I do jump off, Chrissy and Chronic, I appreciate that you guys got the matching Bengals jerseys on. I love it.
They got whooped tonight, though. They got whooped. We here. We could have been there, but thank God I'm with you guys. They got whooped. 36-9.
Chronicles preseason, dude. It's fine.
It's a good one to miss.
All right.
Otherwise, thanks for having me on, team. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Take it easy.
See you, man. Awesome. Okay. So we just did a giveaway, so we're back to the
April?
Yeah, April.
Yeah, we're into April.
That was Snoop and Charles Twitter space. April.
That's a huge month.
Wow, that feels like last month.
It really does. Yeah, it doesn't seem that long ago at all. I'm blown away by that.
That's crazy.
Did I get that wrong?
Yeah, is that a typo?
Yeah.
No,
Is it a
no,
typo?
it was. I believe you.
Right, dude. I mean,
it sounds right when Clay was popping off back then, because there's been because the summer's been a lot. It hasn't necessarily been
months, dude. It's like that. It's been a lull, but yeah, I mean that was definitely a space that was. People realize from cross-chain, 10,000 people in this. This is serious. Now we got speculation of maybe Eminem with Clays. He had the doggy style, one of those on, what was it, a medium or a large avatar animation. You know what I mean? Either way, speculation's there. So can't wait to see what Clays are doing. And that was a big month, man.
Well, dude, that got everybody excited. I remember the volume was up to 3.5 million, ADA in the 24-hour, they maybe even a little higher than that. But everybody just started to kind of take off during that time period, and maybe that's attributed back to the overexposed because they minted in that time frame too. But everything was kind of at an all-time high back then.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that was just a crazy month. I mean, I remember I had to paint my downstairs because we're getting ready to move, so. I was painting the downstairs and I had my Twitter space up listening to Snoop and Charles. And I was just smiling, so happy. I didn't even care I was doing work. I was just so happy that, Charles is talking to Snoop Dogg right now. And then they had, I don't remember the other rappers that they had. I think it was Warren G.
Warren G, yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. I'm just fanboying over that.
Who the F is Uncle Sam? That was the line.
I remember when Snoop said, "Hey, are there any ladies who are into NFTs here? I don't get to talk to a lot of women in it." And I hit request immediately, and then I about passed out because I just do that. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. But then obviously we weren't let up. Lena wasn't bringing up speakers, but that was the moment that I thought could have happened out of nowhere, because he just said, where are the ladies in art NFTs? I want to talk to them right now. So I just thought it was going to happen out of nowhere. That was a fun space.
And how well did Lena do? Right? Like, it was amazing.
I would have been so
I was
nervous,
so impressed.
right?
Yeah. She got some heat though, y'all.
Some people
got some heat after. I had 400 people in my space right after that. I had 400 people. Remember, like Lena popped up. And my homie was talking stuff, and he like just you got hey, don't stop talking. She just
right.
Twitter space and just started jamming with it, and they were like, wow. I don't think I had a Clay. Chrissy had a GC. That's it. Yeah. When she spoke after that, it was like, okay, we got a boss. No wonder she's on Forbes under 30, dude. She popped up in there. She's like, yo, wouldn't it you been? I was talking to Charles and Snoop. You would have been, dude. When I talked to Charles on Twitter Spaces, I said Charles mother effing Hopkinson. Then I went and I couldn't talk, bro. Y'all know me. It's recorded, dude. And I was like, wow. So I can only imagine what she was going through, man.
Yeah, she definitely did not deserve that immediate backlash. But I think people kind of calmed down after the floor price continued to go. You know, everybody was just like, oh, why didn't he talk about like what they're doing, or why didn't they talk about the NFTs? And it's just like, bro, it's not all about pumping your bags. Let them like come into the door, let them sit down, let them have a coffee. You know, let them get used to us. Let's not just like pump all this information down people's throats.
The fact that they got that Twitter space even organized, the fact that 3 of them were in there.
Charles was on the plane, just like trying to talk.
He's calling in. Snoop's calling in late, playing his song. You know, he's got something. Ain't nothing but a G thing playing in the background as he rolls up. And now you look at them, and they're doing music videos for their song "Bron and Bronny" right now. So if you're not bullish on Clays, I don't know what makes you. These guys, they're positioning themselves for a long, good run inside this.
And I wonder, and then pitches came. I think they dropped a few days later, but I do wonder if Snoop has anything to do with Charles kind of softening up a little bit on NFTs, or maybe it was some other reason.
Or even Champ,
he's seeing Champ. He's seeing Charles just wants exposure to Cardano, in my opinion. He's been getting trashed for years, having to defend himself. So if he can get Snoop's son and Champ and the whole crew to come out to look at him, they're at the ranch right now with Lena and the team. So obviously that meeting is going well. You know what I mean? Charles is just, I think he just is anybody come help me. And then just like with the Ape Society, they reached out to the Ape Society like, yo, help me with this DAO with the NFTs, because now he's very serious. The Ape Society Council is helping Josh IOHK with their like NFT division. So they're definitely getting more serious because he sees it, Thor, as like a big NFTs now are serious on Cardano. That's like the big mover right now until DeFi 100%. Comes out.
Yeah.
Think about the other aspect of that is that if Champ falls in love with Cardano because of all this, then Snoop originally, he probably was just like, oh, another metaverse thing, another blockchain. I'm going to co-sign on this for my son, let him do his thing. I'll pull the names and whatever, and I'm going to do my thing. But if Champ really is like, yo, like, Dad, like, this is something big. I want to go ahead and invest in that. That may turn his eye a little bit more seriously to it and say, yo, this is where we need to be. And then can imagine the possibilities long-term for that.
Yeah, and I think the ramifications of getting this mainstream exposure are really big. And it's actually a part of criticism toward Cardano, which I think is fair. It's pretty fair. You know, I'm a massive UFC fan, and UFC sponsored by, you know, Tezos and these other blockchains that are much smaller than ours. Ugly Bros brought this up in a space, you know, Sergio, and I completely agree that it's maybe been a little bit of a weakness historically for Cardano. So I love to see this mainstream exposure come. You know, yes, you know, I'm not big on kind of celebrity worship and things like that, but you got to respect the benefit of getting that mainstream exposure, because I think Cardano really has very good technology underneath its feet, and this stuff only elevates it, and it gets me excited. And massive shout out to Clays as well for helping to kind of bring all this stuff together. Phenomenal job. This is good for everyone in the space.
Yeah, I think it's a fine balance with the marketing thing, because we were just talking about Wild Tanks, and he just started building, and then now this is happening, and that kind of becomes his own marketing. But I think the key is embracing opportunities. So I think that's exactly what you were talking about, Chronic. Like Charles sees it, people paying attention, big people, celebrities, and then you got to embrace it and realize that it's very beneficial for the ecosystem.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What other things in April? The 135K Kong sale from Arctic, 100K Clay sale.
That's what's propelled that from 900 floor over to 1,000, like psychological barrier all the way up to 14. And then now look at it, and they still at 24, and they, it's only starting. So that was really big. That was a big buy, for sure. That helped my project.
Got Charles's eye too. He's like, whoa. Yeah, that was a big thing.
That's crazy. Yeah, shout out to
nice you can talk to the person who bought it as well. Don't y'all agree? Rather than, hey, it's a wash sale. Like we can speak on every one of these people that bought, Arctic. We can speak on Cardano Shield with the apes and up. I like that we can talk to these people. If they're catfishing,
personally, it gives it so much more weight from my perspective. It's more legitimate, and I get more excited when I see somebody on Twitter like, hey, this was me. I'm excited, whatever they say. I think maybe there was a Dead Pixel sale where the buyer identified themselves too, and you can have a conversation. Yeah, like, why did you buy? And I feel like it's just a lot more positivity, positive vibes around the sale when you know who bought it.
Mm-hmm. Especially, when some of them can be a little suspicious. I don't remember who it was. I want to say it was Arctic's, where someone was having an issue with their wallet and getting the transaction or connecting to JPG or something along those lines. And they had been discussing through DMs for the sale, though. They set the sale up all beforehand. It wasn't like they just purchased something for like $150K on JPG. So they made a new wallet, though. The point of that was they made a new wallet, and everyone then was screaming, this is a wash trade. This is a brand new wallet. They only have one thing in it. It's the only purchase ever made. And everyone came forward like, no, he's been in the Discord for a while. We've been planning this out. We connected these guys together. He just had a wallet issue and had to make a new one. So it's cool when you can kind of hear that, and it puts a little bit to rest when there is some sales when it's just no one knows who it is. And it kind of, even if it could be completely legit, we just don't know. It just kind of has that, suspicion over top of it. There's just some people that'll never really settle or sit right with them.
And, I think it's important to put out there that almost 100% there's got to be some fake sales and things that have happened, and 100%. So we know that will happen. We're in an fairly unregulated space as well. So, I think a bit of healthy suspicion is very important. But yeah, to your point, Thor, it does add a lot when, there is a real person saying, hey, this was me. That does create some form of legitimacy. And of course, the more kind of anyone can create a undoxed Twitter account. Okay. Yeah. But the more things that kind of line up, the more confidence you get. But yeah, it is, just for safety in the space, it's important to understand that fake sales do happen, and they will continue to happen as well.
What do you guys think in the chat? Is wash trading are you
do you like
that? Yeah, well, maybe that's not the best question, but is it something that we just need to accept? Because a part of me is like, it's kind of just become a part of NFT life. You know what I mean? Like, you see some investors, some people that get into the NFT project, they almost demand it, or expect it. Like, hey, isn't this a part of the buyback program or whatever it is? Like, where's that on the roadmap? We want the team to buy the floor.
Right. I think
UT.
Sorry. No, I was gonna say it. I've talked to certain developers and creators too, even in this space, where they have the technology right now, the tracking tools, because to be able to identify stuff that's suspicious activity and things like that, and they're not necessarily out there to out people or anything like that. But if people really want to do that in this landscape, they can absolutely find stuff out like that. I think it's just a matter of, as collectors and NFT investors, and just as a community in general, we become more aware of things like this. It's going to be, or even to the average eye, it's like, that could be considered suspicious activity or something like that, or wash trading in a sense. And we know when to kind of give the red flag on something like that. But at the end of the day, it's all fake hype, and fake hype lasts for a little bit, and eventually it's not sustainable. It's going to go away.
I think Hawkeye Jake, nailed it. I don't like it unless it benefits me. Yeah, pretty much.
And it's right there. This wasn't invented with NFTs. They did the pink sheet stocks. You talking about Gary Gins? Like, dude, if y'all ever traded pink sheet stocks in the the joke of zombie companies that they just pump money in and just dump on you, they makes NFT. That's why NFTs are so easy, in my opinion, because that's what I messed with. I traded my life savings in pink sheet stocks like a true degen. So
true degen. I love it.
Straight up. And let me touch 2 seconds. I know I never said 2 seconds, but 2 seconds on. I like Champ more so than Clay. Champ more so than Snoop involved, because Daddy wants Son to thrive. Daddy's gonna provide resources for Son to thrive, right? And get like his own legacy. Snoop's already got his stuff, Death Row Record on Gala Games on ETH. Snoop ain't coming here. We need Champ to be the new Snoop.
I was going to say the 100%, totally because Champ is like genuinely involved. Like he is actually interested, and he's kind of with that newer generation that knows what's going on with NFTs. Where when you get Snoop Dogg in, it kind of does have that air or feel of like, oh, this is like an endorsement. You know what I mean? It's like I'm watching a Gatorade commercial or something like that. I don't know how genuine this is because he is such a big name, a big brand that people go after him like that. Like you said, he's already got his name. He doesn't need to do this. But seeing Champ do it, you feel it's coming from because he's genuinely interested about the future of this and excited about it.
And he's in it off top no matter what. He's in it because he's got the funds for his son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's in it no matter what. Now he's got all the energy for his son to build his own brand and company. So it's pretty awesome. I think we're in a great spot.
I think that's a very good point, Chronic, about Champ. 100%. I just want to go back to the wash trading discussion really quick. Personally, I don't endorse it. I don't think it's very ethical, but I have also noticed that it's widely accepted in the space. But I think there is a distinction between a project having on their roadmap the buyback stuff and being kind of transparent about that process versus projects doing it without people knowing, because that is the form of manipulation which scares me. But overall, I'm really not all for it, because I think in terms of longevity, it only feeds into some of the criticisms that we get about NFTs and cryptocurrency, in that, things aren't what it appears, things aren't legitimate. So I think it's better to do things kind of ethically. I view it as an unethical practice. And it's funny because I feel like I'm actually in a minority, and it's regardless of whose bags are getting affected or what. I think the practice shouldn't be, it shouldn't ideally happen. And I think what will happen is everything on the blockchain is public. And I think we're actually going to see tools come out that can expose certain practices. And it'll be very interesting to see when it's not really a human or an opinion, but when we see kind of like algorithms prove certain behaviors, it'll be very interesting to see how the community reacts to these things.
Yeah, I think transparency was the key word there. Like with those tools can just add transparency where it's not coming from the team. And I agree. I think that is an important distinction. A team that is very transparent and upfront with what they're doing. I think, yeah, you can pretty much just understand that practice coming from that team. Very different.
Yeah. And I feel like, sure, we could create tools and call it out, but it's really up to the community that's buying these to decide not to buy in once they see this information. I mean, Heaps, you showed some of the Boss Cat, wash trading when that first started, and nobody cared. People continued to buy. And so it's like, we can sit here and talk about how it's not good or whatever we want to talk about, but it doesn't matter if the people are going to continue to buy it. We can create these tools, but if people ignore it, then there is no point. So it's not like a one-person effort. This is going to be a giant collective effort to make this either matter or not matter.
Yeah, or I do believe in the free market, basically. Like, I studied economics, and I know it's all about incentives and what incentive structures are in place. So if this is being rewarded and works in the long run, then we're gonna see it, and people are gonna accept it because it benefits them. And I almost can't argue with that. You know what I mean? Because it's creating value, and it's it's making people ADA. But I do believe that in the long run, it's going to be proven not to be the most effective strategy. So that's kind of why I don't think it's a good idea.
it's never good because it's fake, and being fake's never good, right?
Yeah,
being
it's artificial.
out there, and Heaps, you 100%. I didn't like to hear it, and I'm kind of almost out. You what kind of? Who knows? It doesn't matter, and it can't sustain, right? And it's just not a good look. And like, I want to know who's buying what, and come talk to me and tell me why. If not, who cares? I just will then take my ADA elsewhere. You feel me? To where I know who's buying, and that would talk to me in a blink. You feel me? So that's just, and don't ever stop doing that. Any of us, we owe it to our followers in the community to say what we did. And Nick, you know me, I did the same, and I was wrong or I was right. Who knows? You know what I mean? I stand by my word and I say what I say. You know, that's just what I do.
Yeah, and I think as the space continues to evolve, like you said, people are going to recognize and become familiar with those patterns, and those tactics will slowly start to make their way out of here as we continue on. And I think even, you know, I got this endorsement, or I got this person. It's like, okay, well, provide me the facts. Or now we're equipped with resources to be able to back those claims up. And I think as the space evolves, I think less and less of those hype tactics are going to continue, like you said, to sustain Chronic. So I'm not too worried about it in the short term. It sucks when people get wrecked, though. So that's why, like, people like us, content creators, you know, it's our job to go ahead, and if we know something seems to be a problem or it looks a little fishy, go ahead and call that out and let them prove us wrong if something's, you know, completely wrong. I'm never out there to hurt somebody's brand or anything like that. But the whole thing is to provide information and let people make their own educated decision off that.
Exactly. Should we do another giveaway or two?
I think we're good. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Lighten things up a little bit.
For sure. Absolutely. That's a heavy topic. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
What the chat saying, like what a lot of think, like we can't make you're trying to make NFTs the only ethical market. Like, come on, they all see it. So we get it. Everything we're doing is subjective to, you know, price going up or down. If you're going to tell me you're going to lose money, are we doing this? No, we're in it for the chance to go up and obviously build our brand, but this is this new stock market. Let's go. So what are we giving away?
Let's go.
All right. Did we have an old money to give away, or did you want to?
We did. I think the last two left are the Raccoon Syndicates and the old money. So we want to do.
We're giving away a fuck, right?
Yeah. Mom, we don't got the editor this time. We can't keep it out.
We're giving out.
Wait.
Giving out a beep.
Oh,
I've got the button. Don't worry.
Blake,
don't worry.
Blake, we're giving out a. There we go.
There we go. Perfect.
This was donated over from the old money community. And shout out to Hydro Wilson, and congratulations, Trixon, even though I did not vote for you and I do not support your coup and I do not support waterboarding.
Boo.
No, I don't.
Tricks. That's what I'm talking about.
Tom's on the trick side. I'm a technocrat on my side.
All right, now, Tom, good seeing you tonight. Have a good time.
Get him. It's the power of the technology, right? But no,
I gotta side with the artist.
Yeah, right. They did. They've, like I said, they've had the on-chain voting right now, and in their version of old money, in only true fashion, their definition of giving or voting was giving like you said, Blake. I don't know if you can hit me one more time for that. There we go. Yeah. So
that was good.
Yeah, that was good. I was trying to time that for you. But yeah, so they just wrapped up their election yesterday. So between their three candidates and I'm gonna call them damn, that's getting good with that.
It's a fail.
Those are their definition of their votes. And if you hold those in your wallet, there will be some sort of future utility. I have no idea what it is. Nobody knows what it is. But the MFers highly regard them right now, and I think they essentially are getting close to double the floor price at this point. I think they were 128 in a mint if you didn't boost anything. So we do have an A fuck out here this tonight for you to give away. So if you guys, how do we want to give this one away?
Do we want to use
I was thinking about the CardanoThor.com/giveaways because you know, a lot of people have already entered that were here earlier, maybe had to go to sleep. But if you haven't yet, then you can follow the link that Blake might drop here in a second.
Yep.
CardanoThor.com/giveaway. And then I'm going to pick a winner.
Boom. And then shout out to all the MFers in the chat tonight. I know a lot of them are in there, and it's such a unique community, and they have some amazing, just like it's the fun place to be. And they always give the definition of when we start talking about it, like they're spoon feeding you a little bit right now, some information.
I love their community. They forced me to buy they forced me to buy one, and I think it was like 800 to 1,000 ADA or something.
Yeah, that's the
and,
bill. Yeah.
I'm still happy. Put it that way.
Yeah. Well, a lot of so they do have a lot of different collections out there currently right now, and from what we understand, there will be a second collection coming here in the future. So if you missed out on the 0.2 signature bills, there will be an opportunity to get back into it. But holding on to those campaign materials, those fucks, the tits, the poops, the dicks, all the different things that they have, they will boost up your MFR rank, and they are releasing their MFR coin at some point. And there's a lot of different things that are going to make you in that community grow. They've given utility to every single thing inside of there. And when you least expect it, they'll flip it on its head and do something different for you guys. So this has quickly become a huge favorite of ours over on the channel. And we love their auction house, their radio, MFR-FM, their everything. Their website is some of the top tier stuff. And shout out to Hudro for being one of the best devs, I think, on Cardano. So this is definitely valuable if you guys get one of these things.
Yeah. If there's anything that I've learned over the past few months or weeks, is that you do not sell old money NFTs.
No.
I mean,
I did.
I'm all about
Oh
no, I'm all about taking profits.
I traded for a nice GC, man. I had a Joker face bazooka, but I still got some tits, right? So we need to get in. I got some tits, man.
At least you traded it for a good project.
But I got a rare GC for it. So shout out to Joe Mama Loves NFTs. Y'all know, it's a valued member got it. So I had to take it. I could have got 2 floors, but I got another project.
Well, that's a new thing for anyone.
I'm regretting it.
A little spoon feeding for anybody. If you do hold 2 different versions of the tits or the inflation times right now, that does qualify you for a certain upcoming airdrop, I believe. So if you guys hold 2 of those right now, take a look at those. And apparently the campaign materials will still do stuff in the future. So there's a lot of cool ways to get into the project if you're priced out from those signature bills.
Yeah, I minted 14 or 15 bills, and
oh wow!
If only I would have just forgotten about them.
Yeah,
I would be doing pretty well. I sold maybe 8 of them on the way up, which taking profits is profits, but it stings a little bit thinking about it.
So some people are asking how to enter, so I'm just going to quickly run through that one more time. So you don't have to do everything it says. It just gives you an extra entry. So if you only want to subscribe or follow, if you're already following, it'll make sure to track that. The easiest way is probably just to log in with Discord, since all of you guys are already in Discord. So just do that, and then depending on how many actions you do, that's the number of entries you get, and then Cardano Thor is going to say draw a winner, and then it's going to pull someone to win this old money. Okay.
And just while people are while people are entering that giveaway, I just want to give a shout out because we did this stream on a Twitter space, which I really love. I'm not, technically a part of it, so I'm not like shilling my own thing, but it's the Wildcards Twitter space. It's a lot of fun. I don't know if they're kind of like live on at the moment, but they run every Friday. And they're just a lot of fun. I'm just going to drop the link in because CNFT is still small enough where I feel like we all know each other, and I, as much as possible, I love it when there's kind of nods to other creators and spaces and stuff like that. Just like how I love all of you up here. Thanks everyone. You're all legends, and I want to support all of you guys. So whenever we're kind of streaming at the same time of something, I like to give love to the other one. So I'm just going to drop their Twitter if people are interested. They run a very entertaining, fun show. So it's the Wildcards. And they run every Friday around this time.
Yeah. Stevie Crypto is a wonderful dude. He teaches less fortunate kids, 5th to 8th grade. So Stevie is an amazing guy and a mentor to a lot of young individuals, and he teaches the real things that they need: finances and street smarts and education. So shout out to Wildcards, right? Good stuff, Heaps.
Absolutely. He and CNFT Me Please also run their mindfulness, mental health as well. I can't remember what days or nights it's on, but you'll find that through their, login or through their Twitter. If you want to go onto there, it just helps you in case you're struggling at all. I want to throw that out there. If anyone is struggling with mental health, they love for everyone to come on there and to discuss. Sometimes you just need to talk to somebody. So please check that out. I wish I had more info to give you on that, but that's also really great what they're doing. Stevie's a great guy.
Awesome. So old money, we got Thor sharing your screen.
Yep.
So if you quickly try to enter as much as possible.
Yep. And even if you don't get in time for this one, like you are then entered for the next, you know, we still have a couple to go. So it's still not a waste of time, hopefully.
Right.
Well, I guess it might be if you don't win anything, but all right. You guys ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Boom.
Aussie.
Aussie.
Aussie. All right. Oi, oi, oi.
All right. So reach out to
Freedom 35
Tommy,
is we.
Freedom
Yeah, you could just reach out to our Twitter if you guys are following us, or hit us up in the Discord, and we will go ahead and get you taken care of.
Is there a way to see his handle or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to do it
Yeah,
live
right.
just in case. Yeah.
Shoot,
Yeah.
shoot it to me in the chat, Thor, if you got a sec.
Just to
Okay.
make sure.
We'll do. I'll send
Congrats.
you the ID here. Yeah.
That's a good one to win. Congratulations. That's a big one. It's free, so just hold it. Just take our advice. just keep it.
Yep. Yeah. Just
Unless
forget
you're in
about it.
dire need.
And let me do one more bonus giveaway while we're at it.
Oh,
Ooh.
Thor bringing in the curveball here.
Unplanned giveaway. So.
Oh yes, beautiful.
I mean, first of all, this it was very convenient to have this as I try to create an agenda for the 2022 review. This is my little passion project. I almost don't want to call it a project. This is an NFT. This is an NFT that I created. I created 500 of these. There's no metaverse. There's no roadmap, no utility. I cannot rug pull you because you can only buy this if you want to have it in your wallet. I'm trying to be really clear about this. But I created this because I wanted it in my wallet, because I wanted to see, I wanted to be able to quickly go through the history of Cardano NFTs. And this is documenting the first 500 days of Cardano NFTs. And I'm going to keep doing this as we go through time, and hopefully create a website where this will become more interactive. And if you're a collector, you have all 6 frames. The collector's trophy is finally coming. Was delayed a little bit in the next couple of days. Anyway, so I'm going to give one of these away, and to the same person. I haven't really started talking about it, but this is an upcoming project.
Wow.
That I have been working on for a while. Like I've said before, we are the Cardano NFT Vikings, and this upcoming project, you can guess the name of it, CT793. 793. If you know your Viking history, you might know the significance of that date, 793. So I'm not going to give an elevator pitch right now. Let me just say that the concept is similar to the jelly cubes, and there are only 793 of these tokens, and the whitelist is basically going to be given. There's not going to be a whitelist really. It's going to go to the Vikings that are in the Viking Squad Discord server, and whoever wins this one, I guess, is going to have one.
There you go.
So that's the only thing that I'm going to say right now. The date for the mint is going to be posted in the Viking Discord next week.
Don't miss that.
So whoever wins is going to get 500 days, and it's going to get a free mint when this mints.
That's awesome.
All right, so let's do it.
Love that.
Shout out to Thor, by the way, for that 500 days. We did, I think it was like last week when we were going through the podcast. We were just kind of geeking out, just like reminiscing throughout that whole thing, and it was really cool to see all the dates. It brings up conversations and memories from like a time past. It was really cool to see that all put on into form like that. So shout out to you for making that. It had to be like I couldn't imagine the time you guys put into that.
Yeah, and shout out to me. Shout out to what you got coming up as well, Cardano Thor. Looks really cool. teasing some jelly cube style utility, really good stuff. I just want to bring it back to the 500 days. What was the metric? You know, I'm crying on the inside. There was no ADA Army on there. Someone's commented no mask on buttons. This is the problem with like the awards ceremony stuff too. Hey, it's like there's always going to be people who are a little bit sad. So what was the criteria for getting on there? Just so I can make it to the next one.
No, good question. I got way more hate than love on that project. So hearing that, Tommy, means a lot to me because there was a lot of what about me? What about me? And you know, in some cases it was a very good question. Like I didn't put CPITs on there, which I had in my document as something to put on there, and then it just didn't make it on there for some reason. It was an error. But in other cases, it was I tried to. This is my personal project, you know. So I created it like I would create it for myself. That was one criteria, and the second one was, did they do something for the first time? Was it like historic? You know, like Space Buds, you know, first 10K project, or if you created a frame for as a collab, then you made it on there. But yeah, in general, like, does it have some sort of historic value? So yeah, that was pretty much it. Like the Cardano trees. They were a first of its kind, Unsigs first of its kind, and then basically the top 10 also. So those three were kind of my guiding principle.
Mm-hmm. We could have just took that topic list tonight and just walked through the 500 days for the most part, and just and hit those every month.
Yeah. All right, I'm picking a winner.
Let's do it.
That's gonna get both.
Take it.
Sanny.
Nice. Congrats.
I'm gonna see your Discord ID, but I'm not gonna show it to you here. So just DM me on Discord, and I'll set you up.
Awesome.
Congrats.
Thor, what were we saying about VPN? Someone's Sticky is saying it's broken. Says disable VPN.
Disable them.
I guess I won't do this next time, but basically I ticked, don't allow VPNs. So it's doing something to not allow VPNs. If you're using a VPN, turn it off. If not, there's like out of my control. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I'm using this for the first time as well. So I'm if you're not using a VPN and getting the error message, I really don't know what's going on.
Okay. We're about 2 hours and 45 minutes in. We're probably nearing the end. We've got one more giveaway to go. So I want to open up the floor because we still have, May, June, July. And there were obviously tons of awesome projects that minted during that time and lots of things to talk about. I didn't know if we wanted to kind of just skip ahead to just if you had one that you're like, I really want to talk about this. Maybe we could kind of go, Nick and I had a nice, back and forth last night about what our current strategies are that might be beneficial to people who are interested in that. I'll kind of asking it to, this is live planning of the episode as we go.
That's good.
I definitely something I've been behind on, and I know we got Chrissy and Chronic in here, is we got our Magic Kongs coming up, and that's something I've been on the outskirts of because we don't have our Kongs yet. In fact, Tommy, weren't we supposed to do Kong shopping today?
We were supposed to go Kong shopping.
We were supposed to go Kong shopping today. But yeah, I am excited. Take me with you on this. So Chris and Kong,
we'll bring you on a field trip with us. Let's all do it. We're all pool our money together to get one.
Well, we all know Chrissy and Chronic collect a lot of Kongs, and they've actually kindly promised all of the guests on here today, including myself, a free Kong. Thank you so much, guys. That's so generous.
Thank you. Wow, so generous.
Well, no, I was I was checking out.
Yeah, you get one. You get a Kong. I was on Thor's with CJ. I was checking them out. I kept saying Kong. I didn't mean to say you had the project, but Kongs and apes. I got some affiliation with these monkeys, but. I minted this, man, and only 5. Come on. Like Sunday swap, I thought I was going to get so much Sunday token. I did not want to spend my ADA. And I only minted 170 ADA worth of these beauties. And look at them. But no, man, straight up. Okay, so Tom, make it short.
anyone store that you don't have or anything, they're about to mint. JPG store, that's who they went with their minting. I don't know why they went. They're gonna mint 4,888 already magic-fied Kongs. All right, no mushrooms. Okay, so you and I, you'll probably beat me. I probably won't even get one because I don't have Daedalus working now, right? So, someone who's not into the ecosystem can mint it for 100, 150, 200. I hope it's like 300 a mint personally. Okay, just to keep that floor up, right? You got to look at it as like the mutant apes, right? Okay, so the shroom drop, this mint is gonna be in like 6 to 8 weeks before CNFT Con. That's all it's promised, right? Then after that, people that are flippers or that are trying to like not in the ecosystem at all can go ahead and mint a magic Kong. And then if they get a rare one, can flip up and buy an OG and then get a mushroom drop. So you have to hold the Kong and you get a 1-to-1 mushroom drop, and you can get a chance at a mythical one, an extreme, like a rare one. And they're gonna have like 5 or 10 of those, and they're gonna fetch like 10 to 100,000 ADA. Like seriously, easy, like really like 25 to 100,000. It depends on the buyer. Other than that, you're gonna get a 1-to-1 common or uncommon, and you're gonna get a free NFT. But the floor price is at 2,400. It's gonna pump up to like 4,000 to 5,000 unartificially, right? Because you're gonna have to delist, and like everything we delist, the price shoots up, right? And then of course it's gonna fall down. But what kind of value are you gonna get from your free NFT they give you, right? Your shroom, which will give you a free home. So
yeah. And you can use all 3 shrooms on one OG Kong. So you can, what do you say? Like mutate, whatever, each OG Kong up to 3 times. You just can't use the same mushroom twice. So if you have a, say, common, not common, and then a super, I don't remember all the names, but the super are more rare, you can do one of each and get 3 Kongs out of one. Also, I wanted to talk about the art. I was curious what you guys thought, because I was talking with Chronic about this the other day. Really excited about the art. I think it's really cool how they're going different, robotic, a tree. You know, it's on their Twitter if you want to look. There are a few sneak peeks, but I wish that they would do some kind of different background. Like I was picturing like maybe a trippy background or something completely different, because all of the OGs have that awesome
solid
color in the back. We talk about the citron all the time. I just thought that would have really set the OGs off to be different, because they're noticed that way. And now it's kind of like you're going to put all these Kongs together and they might look the same, you know what I mean, and not stand out from the other. I wish I could have given that little suggestion, because I think that would have made the OGs be a little bit more
I got a question for Kongs, because this is me. I minted too, sold them early on for a small profit, and obviously didn't do the right thing and hold them. So in your sense like this, my worry, and I don't know what the trippy Kong, the magic Kongs versus the OGs are going to be, but if you make these magic ones look so much better with a dynamic background and really cool traits and all these things, do you fear the risk that the magic Kongs are going to be more sought after than the OGs? And what benefits are the OGs going to get that the magics don't have, like similar to the GC and clays?
I think the price is going to balance, right? It's going to be a counter, right? As one drops, the other's going to rise. So if it gets 1,500 in magic, that's obviously the OGs are going to drop, right? It's kind of like the mutants and the apes. It's about a 5-to-1, spread, and that's just how it should be. If they can't come out as one of the top 3, maybe they're competing now. Like they have the window with the space bud thing for them, clays and the apes, to really like bust the floor up and claim #1. If they can't win this can be a dud, and they can be an afterthought again. And this is a risk you're taking here right now, But the floor has settled. Y'all know for what, 2 months now? It's been sitting here. Yeah. So it's not dropping before that. If anything, it's gonna, if you want to get a quick 80% swing, hold it for 2 months and make 80% of your money, dude, and sell them all. Sell the hype. Do it. Like I'm invested. I want it because I'm just chilling. You know what I mean? I got 2,000 ADA invested in all my Kongs. 2,000 y'all. So what do I care? I'm winning.
Wouldn't the hype be now though?
Nah, Thor, it's got 8 weeks left before the freaking mint or the 1-to-1. Once they say you're gonna delist and like you're gonna do the snapshot to give you the shroom, that's the hype. That's giant pump. Everyone, all of a sudden, you got 450 Kongs listed. Now you got 200. Now them suckers that want in are gonna buy at 4,300. Then right when they add drop, the price is gonna go down to 3,100. That's the play.
Yeah. Okay, then we're on the same page. I thought it was happening sooner, but
no, my brother, it kept. It was supposed to be Thor. They pushed it back 3 times now. Now it's before CNFT Con, and it's going to be a public mint to not even get a mushroom. You can already get a Kong magic find, like a root one, a tree one. Then you're going to go ahead and they have nothing to do with my pimp suit. You will not get no traits at all like mine. So each OG is going to have 3 separate things. That's what's taking him so long. He's got 8,888, but there's only 8,888 shrooms. So people are going to hold them like a mutant serum and never sell you the mushroom. So that's another play. There's going to be a lot of plays. So the dilution of the Kongs is not going to be 21,000 immediately. It's going to be like they might have 4,000 OGs that never get touched, 13,000 mutated ones because you're going to get, or whatever, 10, you know what I mean? You can do the numbers. And it's not going to be this gigantic balloon supply. They're going to have a bunch of mushrooms never opened and eaten because people want to gouge you because you don't, then buy my OG that's never been cloned before, right? Or never been magified. That's going to be more rare than one that's already been eaten because you can't play. You want to play. You want the intrigue, right? If you can't participate in the eating of it, what's the point of it? You know what I mean? That's the whole fun, in my opinion. So
that's
if you're not invested like me, sell, man. Make that money. Make that 40, 50, 60, 100% gain and duck out. And then buy it get double.
You really think that the magic Kongs, though, could potentially be worth as much as the regular Kongs? Because I would imagine that wouldn't happen.
Never.
Yeah.
Never. It's going to be like a 5-to-1, right? It's going to be like 1,000 ADA floor when Kongs are 5,000 ADA. You know what I mean? My magic Kong, my pimp, I got it on sale for 14K, right? I could probably get 10 right now, right? Think of how much my pimp suit. It's not a floor, the pimp suit magics. You know what I mean? It might be double floor. So then people can have, you know what I mean? Or I want to sell this and keep one of those to remind me of what I had. But I remember, we always forget IP rights, man. If this here I want to make on my school bag, my lunchbox, my underwear, my socks, I have it with Kongs and apes and clays other than Clay Nation and many other things. That's what we're trying to get. That's a brand, a market. In real life business, I want to put it on my business front, and that's what I want to license it. So that's it. That's on my bad. Yeah, man. It's a lot of wins. They got a lot of opportunities here. I'm not worried about a T-shirt and no merch shop that I can do ourselves right on an Etsy shop. Like that doesn't interest me, unless you can buy it with the token, which is worthless right now. You know what I mean? So let me buy you a $100 freaking T-shirt with this worthless ass token. That's how I feel right now. Most projects, So
are you planning your Chill Kong Pimp restaurant franchise yet?
4 days.
Maybe. But I can't sell. I can't though because I got it up for sale, brother. I need to do a few other things and get right before someone else sues me for them IP rights.
Now you're making a lot of sense though. Like this, what you're describing is basically what I did with Overexposed, and that's actually been one of my most profitable projects. Bought I think 2 or 3 Rainbow Genesis and sold a couple right before the mint. Like I made thousands of ADA that way. And so, yeah, you're making a lot of sense. And maybe now is a good time, not financial advice, of course, guys. But me personally, I might get back into Chill Kongs here in the next week or so.
I mean, when Chronic speaks, you just, whatever he's trying to sell you, just buy it, right? Like
magic.
You're very, very good.
We're smoking what you're selling, man.
Yeah, well, look, it's right here, but it's just facts, man. And I'm not trying to fluff. I'm not telling anyone in the audience that don't have this that it's a long play. It's a 2-month play. You better have patience. You're going to miss out on so many opportunities in throughout the market to make double your money. So you put 2,400, you might get 4,000 ADA back. Let's just be realistic here. If you're not willing to do that for 8 weeks, this ain't your play. If you want to do that and you got multiples of that, you can then, wait, let it dump Thor, get 3 Kongs for free. You know, I'm not going to do that because I am a goofball that holds everything until it crashes. But that's just me being honest. That's why I'm pumping my bags, but I don't dump on nobody because I'm not dumping my stuff. Like, I'm just being honest and giving my perspective, which smart, but I can't pull the trigger. I might sell one after the fact, but I want that chance to get the magic shroom to sell it to Arctic that paid 135 for 100,000 or 50,000, whatever the hell I want to spend it on, so he can do his freaking one of one, you know, or you know, he can magicify one of them, you know, it's a one of one, the magic. So it doesn't make sense to put it on a droid, right? Because like it's gonna make all new traits. So you don't want to do it on that one. You just do a common and uncommon on that. The rarest shroom is a whole new traded Kong that's never seen before. It's literally a one of one. So therefore, like, do you do it on your like the ugliest Kong you got? So that's another gamification of it. Like it's weird. It really is. But
man,
it's a lot.
The passion you have for Kongs, Chronic, is I think that's the passion my wife keeps asking me for. In our relationship. So
that's why I knew you said to ask Chronic. That's why I went to him.
Yeah,
Tom
that's
just
amazing.
opened the floodgates.
Beautiful thing.
I like the quick answer too. That was a great quick answer. Fantastic.
I guess.
Rapid fire.
I love that.
Chronic,
I could listen to Chronic.
You could probably have a little more detail because I know there is a public side too. There's Muhammad Ali. Oh wow! All right, we got some celebrities in here. He was asking what the public meant, how that will work.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4,888 magic Kongs already minted, right? They're going to have different traits than the OGs that eat the mushroom, because my mushroom's going to have magic traits of the thing behind me. So you're going to have a mint. It might be 150. It might be 250. You're going to get a chance to get into the number 3 project in Cardano. Like, they could have just did it only for holders, right? But instead, they want new people in the ecosystem, which is a good thing. I want new fresh blood as well.
That's very interesting and a good point, actually.
Yeah.
I was talking to Invada Jim about Ada Invadas, and he was talking about that exactly, how he learned from his mistakes a little bit when they did the
Senate.
The Senate, node, and how he now wants to try with his next mint, try to bring in new people. So I think Kongs are spot on with that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, they're good. And Swaggins is in there. They got a team every Sunday, guys. You don't have to listen to me. You can come up there and listen and talk to the team yourself. You don't talk to the artist, right? Because he's drawn and stuff, and it's been months. So like, you can talk to all other team on the stage with me and Chrissy and others, and ask and answer your questions if you don't want to believe me. You know, I don't get paid. Like I said, I'm just an advocate of the thing. It's communities there. I don't get paid shit. None of us do for this. Like, this is just passion for us. So, you know, believe what you want. Do your own research. You know, whatever. Yeah. Don't come to me crying when I make you money because you ain't giving me half the pot.
Yeah, I gotta ask you though, Chronic, because you're into Ape Society pretty strong too, and they got the frames coming out and, and all that.
No,
I know what I'm doing. I'm sorry, but I have to know. All right, quick. All right, what do you think is better, to buy the Ape Society hype leading up to that, or buy the Kong hype, because it's roughly the same price?
It's a good question.
I mean, Christy, you can answer it too. Like, they're both wins. The cabins are a great buy.
I say Ape Society because you can stake and you'll be able to earn tokens. You'll be able to earn society token. They already have their gamification started. They already have the decks that you can already start to earn society on. That is already that's already opened up and ready. So we know what to expect when cabins go live and what we're doing, and somewhat what it can earn us. Chilled Kongs, we're still figuring out their roadmap and seeing what they have next. They haven't told us anything past magic shrooms coming out. So that's really my only answer, even though I love both of them. Ape Society has a little bit more that you can do when those cabins go live to earn.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now too, it's 1,800 for the apes. Get yourself a craftsman, my brother. Build stuff when Vassal. It's all. We just did a space at 6 o'clock right before this with the Ape Society, and once Vassal releases, bro, their whole staking mechanism and their ecosystem is going to go live, and then you're going to go ahead and build stuff with your craftsmen. You know, you like games, dude. You'll sell your furniture, you sell this, and everyone knows that we're all YouTubers. You might be able to stream your stuff and get society coin through their gramophone. But I think that's a better entry point, and they also are gonna pump. Once that happens, the apes, I can easily see them going to 3,000 floor, 3,500. So they're both wins, Nick. I mean, if you really want to be snazzy, bro, just go get some cabins, bro, for cheap. Because those things are going to be just like the Clay token. Remember how they went 50%, right? When they said 5,000 tokens for the pitches, right? When they say, yo, these are live, a 200, they're going to go to 4. Dude, there's only 10,000 cabins, dude. There's only 10,000 cabins. Never going to be no more. Dude, like, it's crazy, bro. Like, F everybody out the metaverse, bro. Like, they're not doing that. It's not a metaverse. It's something like collectors that want to put y'all cooler. And the last thing, you want to put your army, you want to put your OSIN, you want to put your Viking NFT in the frames and get society coin, you get that as well. What other NFTs you gonna besides Yummy, right? I don't even know if you could put other shit in Yummy. So you could put other NFTs and earn society. You basically double yield farming with apes once you build the frames. And society coin, I don't know what it is now, but it's held its worth. So, and the devs, Thor, you got to get in there and talk to him. You've talked to him, my love. You got to talk to him more, man. You let Justin talk to you about them flannel shirts, man. And he made you lose money. Goddamn Justin NFT. So, yeah, man, don't worry about them flannel shirts, bro. A lot of people go shopping at Old Navy. A lot of people wear the same shirts in the society. But guess what? We all winning. But nah, man, it's it, Nick, bro. Like, apes is my long-term play. I've always said that on Timmy and Jay Crypto, my number one show I was on. It's just they deep, dog. They building, bro, and they,
Very
that's it, man. I'm sorry for pumping my own bags, but I'm not selling anything.
I think it's hard not to pump your own bags. I mean, you bought it because you believe in it. You know what I mean? So you're going to talk about what you believe in. So it's one of those things. It's just kind of how it is.
Yeah, everyone would pump their own back because, you buy things because you like it. And, you buy it for a reason. But that, reminds me, like, maybe quickly, Blake, Heaps, everybody else, like, what are some of your favorite projects? And maybe also quickly, like, is there anything that you're looking forward to? Like a project that's on the horizon that you're keeping an eye on? Maybe starting with Heaps.
Okay, yeah, I'm happy to jump in on that. I mean, 8 Armies, obvious. I've been into that. You collect it passive. I wanted to get some passive income that was external to the project, and 8 Army did that with its partnership with Peppermint NFTs. But, in the spirit of trying to that's my project, right? I'm a co-founder of both of those. Ugly Bros is a project for me that I have loved since day dot. I'm good friends with Sergio now, one of my best friends in the CNFT space. But even before I knew him, I just thought the art was on another level. I loved it. I know that's subjective, but for me, I just thought it was amazing. And they are doing, like, it's so cool because they've continued to do so many cool things. They were a project that had like nothing on the roadmap and people just loved it for the art, but then the utility was so cool. And the latest thing they're doing right now is the Uglyverse, and they just released a tweet kind of demoing that, and it looks really cool. I'm gonna drop it in the chat here, and then I'll get on. I'm gonna try and be a bit quick because I don't want to just nonstop quote unquote shill stuff. But for me, like, Sergio is a friend, so I wouldn't sell my Ugly Bros anyway. They're just collector items for me, as well as being able to participate in all the cool stuff. So that's a project that I hold near and dear. And then there's 2 projects that I'm really looking at that are coming up. One of them's Ikigai, of course, Peppers and Maria. I'm friends with them as well, and they're just like a great project. The manga stuff we've seen do quite well, and they're going to kind of do some cool Web3 and physical stuff. So I can't say too much. The other thing is the Degen Bunnies. I actually got the chance to speak with some of the team on Degen Bunnies, and I was really, really impressed with how they speak, the passion they had. It was clear to me that this wasn't, a project where they were kind of just like going to go and release something and bail. I did ask them, and they've given me, I think, an unreleased 1 of 1. Maybe I can DM it to you, Thor. You can put it up on the screen. But yeah, that's it.
You can
for
send
me.
it to me.
Yeah, to send it to you, Blake.
Yeah.
Is Discord good?
Just yeah, or in the private chat.
I'll just drop it here in the chat. looking very fire. So this is a exclusive for the stream, a 1 of 1. So that's yeah, I was trying to be a pretty quick with what I want, because I know we're trying to wrap things up. But yeah, that's everything I'm looking forward to, and that's what I've loved in the past as well.
I like that.
Yeah, those are cool.
Awesome.
What about you, Blake?
Well, you guys are like breaking my camera. It keeps overheating. So it's like my camera's trying to tell me like, you're done. Okay, just give it up.
Are you still streaming?
You're still streaming. What's happening? But yeah, I mean, my play right now, and I'm more of a long-term play kind of guy. If you've watched all my stuff, right now I'm dipping back into equine. So I already had 2 or 3 from like post mint. I never minted them. I wish I would have got the bundles now. I thought it would kind of die off just because I knew it was such a long-term out that people would like get bored of it. And you could argue that some did, but it's had a really stable flat line. There hasn't really been any pumps at all, which makes me super bullish because it's been 9 months of just building. And so I'm accumulating 120 to 140 stat horses. And just growing that stack. Game's going to come out soon. I think some people have just talked about how it's going to be really hard to just build a community straight from the art, or the time horizon is going to be long. Like Aeonium Sky obviously is very successful, but the time horizon for that was a long time. It's not going to be like a huge pump up and be able to maintain that. But with I think that gaming is just right on the edge, and I'm trying to get on equine a little bit earlier than, because when the news comes out that the game is live and you can do your breeding and you can do your racing, like that's going to be a huge event. And I might sell the news and take some profits once, but I'm accumulating that. I have some extra liquidity because I sold my Space Buds, so I was like, do I want to go for a big Chilled Kong or a big Ape Society or buy back into Space Buds? And I was like, actually, I'm just going to do a bunch of equines or a bunch of these smaller projects that haven't hit yet that I really believe in. So that's my play right now. And what I'm excited about, I mean, tomorrow, Raccoon Syndicate, which will be doing a giveaway in a little bit, but
yeah,
I love what Timmy's doing. I respect the guy. He's out here building, he's grinding, stake pool operator, channel creator, now project creator. And he brought on Kiyama, one of the best artists, I think, on Cardano. And she's amazing. She can talk it, she can teach it, she can show it. And that's always fun as someone who wants to invest in something. They don't really have a lot that they're promising that they can't deliver right away, other than when Vassal comes out. But like it's a game, but you don't have to like build it on Unreal Engine. It's already like immutable on-chain stuff, so they can like run, random number generator stuff and probability, and then you have like a leaderboard, and I'm pretty bullish on raccoons. So I'm doing my 4 mints on whitelist, and I don't know if I'm going to sell. It would take a pretty high price for me to sell.
Yeah.
Are you going to get 6? Are you going to get 2 up the secondary and get the 6, so you can get the 2, and then you can get the 1, like it's whole 6-2-1 method?
Yeah, the 6-2-1 thing. I'm going to wait because I think there are some people who don't have whitelist that are going to have to buy 6. And that's going to really just explode. I don't know where I really don't know where the 4 is going to go. I have no idea.
I think I saw today they filled a whitelist, right? Whitelist is maxed out. All the spots are filled.
And it's like a 95, 98% whitelist project.
Today, I think it's filled out. Yeah, it's like they got the last whitelist spots sent out.
Those are my plays right now.
I'm gonna be minting all 4 of mine. 12. I think I might buy 2. Honestly, what you were saying, Chronic. I might buy my 2. However, like Blake said, if it goes to a certain range, I mean, dude, I have to take profits. I'll have to give up, the short term having 6 for the guarantee, getting the 2 of the next. I don't know if they've released the names of what they're going to be yet, but we have hunters and we have farmers, and there's going to be
scientists.
Yeah. So the first 2 that we have coming up are the 2,500 each, and then it's going to go to 1,500 each, and then it's going to go to 1,000 each. So, I might have to give up that and sell it early if it pumps super hard, but I think it's kind of do what Blocks did. I think jelly cubes are going to go up probably about 0.5 or double or straight away day 1, and then day 2 and 3 and 4 might just be kind of crazy days.
Yeah. Shout out to
Kiyama in the chat.
What's up? Yeah,
Yep.
she was awesome. It's dependent. Like I told Timmy on his mint, Timmy's taking everything on himself. So it's gonna live by the sword, die by the sword, right? He's gonna be the hero of the zero. So hopefully Timmy's been testing this out a while. And remember, Nick, you can always mint a rare one, right? And sell them, of course, and play the game and buy some floors, you know what I mean? So that's the beauty about minting. You can always get a rare one and and then sell them and get more floors. That's a way to get, because Timmy's got some loyal followers, man, and he's definitely gonna have, for 5,000 supply. I feel good about it, and it's less than 12 hours. So, good.
Yeah,
Call.
I agree. I mean, I'm very bullish on that project, and it was funny because I was realizing that in real time when I had them on my stream. When was it? A couple of days ago on Wednesday, and I was just getting more and more excited. I was just smiling a lot during the stream, so definitely surprised me. I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was expecting just more of a basic PFP project, but both the artwork and their roadmap and utility and their ambitions, adding to the team, growing the project, building it like a proper company. Like, yeah, I'm very bullish, and I'm gonna mint as many as I can. But yeah, while I have the mic, maybe I'll go over my picks.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I'm gonna share my screen because sometimes it's easier when I'm looking at something.
Visual aid.
Yeah, exactly. So, we've talked about Aeonium Sky. That's a project that I've been getting more and more into.
Rapid question.
Yes.
Your favorite block, art wise.
Wow.
I like the pizza. I like the party.
I like block 9. I think it was with the disco
that had it had a bunch of projects in there. I really like that one.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of 14 as well.
14 looks really, really well done with the water and stuff.
I like. Yeah. That's what I bought. I bought 14. I was like, that one.
There's block 9. Yeah, block 9 with the party. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, they got the dance floor.
Because it had a bunch of other projects in there. I know the big one that stands out was just the Corn and Friends. There's a bunch of corn in there dancing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For me, it's a nostalgic answer because it was the only one I managed to mint, and it was my first block. So I'm gonna go with 7. So
yeah, good answer.
They're tough to mint. Those ones are tough to grab for sure.
I know they're so difficult. They're so cheap. Of course, old money. We've talked about old money. Anything that old money does, turns to gold, or at least something better than fiat. So that's a project I'm excited about. We Ride is a project that I'm pretty excited about. It's kind of under
previously
the radar.
known as Cycler.
Yes,
right?
Cycler.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They somewhat recently had their writers revealed. So here's my little collection. The first right to earn NFT project on any blockchain. So
gets you outside, right?
Yeah, exactly. We talked about Wild Tanks. I'm very bullish on that project for obvious reasons. And then I want to mention. I don't know how to pronounce
Thor,
them.
can you show your face that they made you? Because that's epic.
Oh, is this Raison? I love Raison.
Raison, yeah. I don't have it pulled up, but yeah, it was pretty.
That was amazing.
Pretty amazing. Yeah, I love their work and the visual roadmap thing that they created. Super cool.
They got more stuff coming as well. Shout out to Raison.
I don't know if anything beats that old money Thor face, though. That might be the best.
Yeah, that one's epic.
And then an upcoming project, so I don't repeat myself with raccoons, I'm gonna go with Fluffies. I think that's a project. I've just been in love with their designs and the quality of their illustrations, and it's just, and they're doing something different, right? They don't have a Discord. They have their Fluffy list. I don't know. I just like everything that's unique, and they hit that for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they have crazy engagement too. I really like what I'm seeing from Fluffies as well. And their engagement, I actually think it's genuine and real, and it's off the charts.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I love your pick, Blake. I mean, Chrissy and I was Chrissy's first mint at Quine. You cannot go wrong. It's going to be so much fun. So many people are going to have so many, like, each project's gonna have a guild. They should. So like just pumping off Atonauts along with Ugly Bros. I love we know Surge is great. I love your pick as well, Heaps. Atonauts for 68. It was an amazing entry point. Bourbon's are very out there, outspoken, great art. You know, you love Clay. You know, Bourbon's just a generous all around great guy. Great entry point. What else, man?
Well, yeah, Block Owls. That's what I was gonna say for sure.
You know, we love Block Owls with the holiday. We got like over 50 OGs and a bunch of stories. So that was my first secondary buy. So the projects that I went in on, you know, I go in on heavy, and I've been fortunate enough to hone in on them, and it goes back. But another one we didn't touch on, Ore at the end of the man, and Thor with you in the art, man. I thought for sure like you'd be all up on that, you know.
It's on my radar. Like if I went down my list, they would be on there for sure.
I thought you'd have like one of them cards because that's the type of collector you are, like to have the spinny cards.
It's just so expensive, man.
I thought you would have minted it or something because that's your style, you know. You know, that brings me back to the kid, right? To have like, if you could put a basketball card, I'm a 83 baby, so if I could put like a Michael Jordan, you know, a dream team in like a case, you had a fire card. Now every case this is before they were graded. So like, it just brings the nostalgia back. And if every NFT, the really quality ones can get to that, man, super sick. I'm not going to steal the stage. Chrissy, you got to say anything? Cause I said a couple that, you know, we're into.
Yeah, I mean, we've covered pretty much mostly our big projects. We didn't fully go into Block Owls, but that's another one. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else coming up. We're all about the Tangs recently. We're interested. Yep, we're interested in
400
into Mallard Order. We did not get into Mallard Order, so we definitely want to get one of those.
Good, man. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
We missed out on that one. It's going back down again, so that's good. It may be a time to buy here soon. What else? We got raccoons coming up. Talked about that. Ore. Other than that, I think we've covered a lot of the ones that we do. I feel like I'm blanking on anything else coming up that's big.
I got a couple curveballs for you guys, or just something different to talk about. We're the yummy shillers over here, but that's a project. If I had to go back and invest, that's one of my heaviest projects that I've been in. And just for the fact that, like I said, it brings you back to the my childhood. I'm an 88 baby at the end of there, so I grew up with Pokemon. But the fact that the utility they've given, that was one thing that surprised me with the Narus. The fact that the Yummy token has been able to mint other projects with their token has been something unique inside the space to give it value before the actual game and ecosystem comes online. So just want to give them a big shout out. Their staking mechanism is different. It's not the non-custodial one, so I'm curious if they'll keep that model long term. Because I know that is one thing that I've seen some criticism on, and that's fair, especially with the non-custodial stuff coming out right now. But the current mechanism for it actually working, where you actually get your, this 3, 5, 7 weeks to stake your Yummy to go ahead and get that coin, it's very unique. And in their seasons, they just finished up the summer mint, so they have all 4 of the seasonal Narus out there, and teased a possible 5th one now, where it's like a seasonal one where they do either a World Cup. Or just a Super Bowl, different kind of one. So there's different ways and different series that are going to be coming out for these guys. But the big thing that I'm hyped on, and I know Tom and TJ are as well, are the card packs and eventually the game. And the card packs for us is like, we just can't wait to do live streams for these guys where we can do live card pack openings on there, just see what we can get and geek out, eventually be able to play that game on stream, and then go back down the line when the game actually comes out, where you can actually battle and trade and do all. There's so much potential with them for us. And they're one of the OGs in this space too that minted back in May of last year. So they've been a one that I've been holding on to for a while. Definitely a long-term play for me, and I'll continue to support those guys. Just high quality inside the space. Something that is a little, I guess, newer on my radar, and something I'm aping into, which we've talked about, old money. I think old money is just quickly becoming a huge community point for me. And the artwork and the tech is something that is kind of unparalleled. Like, they're doing stuff that you don't see inside this space, and they're developing just I don't know, to me that community is everything. If you have a great community, you guys can sustain long term. So
also their marketing, I want to throw that in there,
dude. the giveaways too. Their whole Jealous Island, the Fucker Land, all the stuff that they do. It's just on another level, man. It really is really cool. And shout out to the community, man. If we do a video, shout out to our live stream on Monday. We had a stand-in for Hujiro, Newton Baker, in. But their whole community showed up inside the thing. It's like they have those that support inside there. So we're very big fans of that. And they also give their community members the tools to be their own platform. They have guys like FDE who does all the music videos. They have Dilly who does the auction house right now. They have Q who's the vice president who does like different things inside that space. They give you the platform. MF or a guy named Chris, they did their vault hunt. He minted like 3D artwork, and they were able to mint part of the vault, even though it failed the last one. So they're giving like back to their community, and I love that about them. And then one, I guess, obviously Mallet Order is something I'm holding on to in the short term. But I believe that long term, those guys have a good developer, and they're good backed with the community. I think that's one to keep an eye on if you missed out on the original mint in that first pump. And then lastly, something I think that just maybe for the artwork and something that's intrigued me has been Her Monsters. That's something new. That's got me very, very interested. I made it into the access list. I missed the priority, the 213, but I did get into the 1,000 access. So their website, their music, the artwork is women focused. Very, very curious on what they got coming up.
I'm gonna be watching that one too.
They have such a cool site. Like the team behind them seems like they know what they're doing. It reminds me, like, because it's a similar to Old Money. You can see that the talent and technical skills are there in the background, to develop a real project. Her Money, that initial look that we're getting so far is very promising. I'm very excited about it. So they got a cool site. I mean, it's not everything, but it's at least a step in the right direction compared to some where it's like, all right, this was like, a WordPress free site or something like that.
Yeah, the music too, man. I really do enjoy their music.
Oh, they had and then they've already had some cool little like search and discover type things to get people engaged and trying things out. I mean, they got parts of the site that are kind of locked, so it seems like they're kind of working on a story. And I like the aesthetics too. I kind of like that vaporwave, 80s like Vice City type of thing.
Yeah, they did a great job with that, man. Or not even a mint. They have no Discord either, which is very interesting.
A little strange. That's a weird way to do things. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out too.
So we'll see what happens. That's definitely one to keep an eye on.
It does look really,
reminds
really cool.
me of the Warriors. Come on.
You'd be having my dad geeking out. You saying that he always tries to get me to watch the Warriors with him.
Dude, it's like 1980s movie. You need to watch it. Kevin,
I've seen parts of it with him. I've just never seen the whole thing through. So he's always trying to get me to sit down.
For sure.
Yeah.
And AI Loves on a team, or he's kind of like the marketer and stuff. So good shout out, man. I'm glad. Good call on that. I hope they do well, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been looking at Dirtbirds a little bit too, because they've been coming back, making a pretty strong comeback. They fell down pretty strong. I know their Discord got hacked, and that was a big fiasco. But they got it back. Everything should be good now. And you learn from your mistakes. So
huge bump.
Huge bump. They were at what, like a 30 or 40 floor not too long ago.
Yeah, they were hovering like a 70, I think, the main collection, and they jumped up, to 210 over here. Their staking website went live, so you can claim your derp right now, and then they have rewards for blue chip raffles, their achievements. You can get rewarded in derp for your Twitter interactions and Discord interactions. Like, there's some cool stuff that they have going on.
Yeah, and then one of the ones I'm looking forward to coming up, and I need to look a bit more into it, but I feel like it's got the hype there. Beat Boys, Beat Boys had some of their gum. And I forget what the other one was. It was like a soda pop, I think. And if you own 2 of them, then that gives you whitelist access to some of the other things that they got coming up. And then they gave out their hall passes, which also give you whitelist spots. So I think they got something pretty unique. I don't think they have a Discord either, though. So all their interaction is on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
That's fire. Good call, man. Yeah, I'm glad to see Derps coming back.
Well, I've been looking actually at a list of financial advice from Thor for playing the secondary market. And so it was, I think we had Nomis on there, Rhino Generation. So I've been really, scooping those up, waiting for the comeback here. Because you can get
Dogs
them cheap.
on the chain?
Ready for them to go. Yeah, exactly. Dogs on the chain. We're Gingerbread Squad, grabbing up all the floor ones we've been sweeping, just ready for the next.
A huge thank you to Cardano Thor for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm happy to provide some real value.
But I am the one thing I'm looking at. No specific project, but our space as far as the gaming goes, because we got a lot of projects coming out with games. We got a few now that have actually come out with alpha and beta versions, and a lot of them are approaching it differently. We been playing Cardopoly, which is really just a game to play with prizes to win and kind of involve the community. But then you have the games that are doing play to earn. I know we got the 8 of Ninjas game. We've already seen some footage from that. And then we also have things like Wolves of Rome, which aren't, which are doing things a little bit differently. Like some games are building their own ecosystem and not necessarily doing it through token. They're trying to really focus on a game, like make a real game that you can play and have fun with. And then
I had them on my list of projects I wanted to mention, but I skipped over them. Definitely worth a mention.
But just the gaming is kind of exciting in general. I know the gaming community outside of NFTs aren't super into getting into NFTs in any way, but I'm curious to see kind of how our community does embrace this, and also which one of these kind of pull ahead. Is the play to earn model the one that will just be the one that's always successful because people can actually earn some sort of token that may have some value on a secondary someday, or some of these games going to be like halfway decent or fun to play or really get the community challenging each other? For the Cardopoly games, there was, I think, like 80 people or something. It's a lot of people that gets in them. It's a good time. It's over like 3 days, so they can be fun.
That's awesome. And I just want to speak for everyone that, like, we're just going off a couple of projects. I'm sure there's so many other projects we want to talk about. We've all kind of been respectful to the time of the stream. So shout out to all the projects that we haven't mentioned as well.
There you go.
Hit the like button, subscribe to those projects.
Even 4 hours in, dude, you were still hyping.
Yeah, still hype trading it.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's morning over there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about to be.
I actually live in Canada. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Don't let
right.
the accent
That's
fool you.
right.
So it's 8:30 p.m. here. I do have to get going soonish. I don't know how long we're planning on kicking it for, though.
We're wrapping it up. Shouldn't we wrap it up with a giveaway?
Let's do it.
Definitely.
Thank you all for hanging out in here. I know there are plenty of names on the chat that have been here the entire time. So you guys are the real OGs.
Legends.
We just love. I can speak for everybody. We just love being in Cardano NFTs, and it's obviously way more fun to have other people to chat it up with in the chat. So, I mean, while you're getting the giveaway loaded up, how pumped are we for CNFT Con? Less than 2 months away. Less than 2 months away. That's a sheesh.
So
I'll tell you that. So
got my flights booked. Got my hotels booked. Yeah, I'm super stoked. And my wife's like unexpectedly is able to come with me. So
nice.
Great. That's so awesome, Thor.
Yeah,
We're good.
she's gonna be probably very confused about everything.
Dude,
that is like
everybody's like, "Oh, Thor, we not worthy." That's why I've been doing for these last 7 months.
Who are all these people who love you? Like, who are they?
So that'll be good. I have my fiance coming, and she's like, "I have no idea what's going on. I'm just what am I going to fit in?" And so they can hang out. They'll be like, "I don't know what's going on."
There you go. Yeah,
Christy will talk.
I'll make them
There you go.
What about Rare Bloom?
you.
Anybody going to Rare Bloom?
I had to pick one.
I had to pick. Yeah, I had to pick.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely want to go next year.
Pay was one of the first people I saw on Cardano, just his videos. So I like him a lot.
Yeah. Christy is allowing me to go. I'm lucky enough. I'm going to go there and nerd out and listen to Ben Gertzel and Charles talk and just straight up send it back and put it on YouTube like I've been watching. But I look forward. That's a learning. That's all business, really no fun.
Yeah.
Flying in, I might not eat or drink, just all learning.
I'm going to starve myself. Water.
I'm going to starve myself. Dude, that's how it is. Dude, we going on a lot of trips, dude.
Yeah. You know what we should do? We should hit up the CNFT news team, and we should do a CNFT live potentially. I know they have some panel rooms and stuff like that. That would be fun to do.
That would be really fun.
100% do that.
We talked about that on the first one too.
I mean, we could use our booth if we had it, but it's the camera equipment and stuff. Because NFA got a 10x30 right there next to Ugly Bros, right? You're gonna be heaps and stuff, but it's a lot of money for that camera equipment. They want buku money to set up receptacles and shit. Like they gouging the shit out of you. You want to rent a couch? It's like a G. It's fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
I know they have panel rooms though set up in there, Chronic. I think I'm frozen.
All right, well, hopefully, but then how you gonna get cameras and shit? You know what I mean? I'm not flying with like camera equipment, but I'm not that production,
Yeah. Well, actually,
that would be amazing. Do they have that, Tommy?
I believe they have some stuff over there that they'll be streaming to their sites and things like that. But if you want to bring it up on your own, yeah, you would need to bring your own stuff.
No, CNFT knows for sure. I was just saying, like, we had a booth, it'll be fire. I'd say if they don't do it, we could come over at us. If any of you guys,
I'm sure one of us will have a camera with us to do some stuff.
Yeah,
we plan to do some like either live stream or record stuff, or whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'll
it's
be
gonna be
going with
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm going with Cleanup, and he's got a GoPro, so we'll probably be shooting some footage. I want to talk to everybody pretty much. You know, I'd love to talk to Cornucopias. Just get like maybe a minute shot with each of them or whatever, and you know, just kind of make like a montage of everything there. Even if I don't upload it, which I probably will, you know, it's just something I'm gonna want for the rest of my life. You know, this is
great memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about the GoPros. We got a couple. That's the gosh, that's probably the best thing. It's easy.
I think I would rather have one of those old school, just cameras, hold it
The
on
overexposed heads.
Yeah,
Like the
exactly.
disposable. Yeah, I still have those.
Polaroid. Let's get some Polaroids.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Polaroid.
Old school. I'm ready to pick a winner. By the way, Blake.
I don't see your screen. Share screen.
That is a very good point.
That's the issue I'm running into.
Which one are we giving away right now? Because don't we have the Aeronauts and Journey still?
Oh wow, we could. Wow, we've got
both of them
and the raccoons, right? We have 4 technically.
Oh wow, let's just rapid fire these guys.
We are behind.
Dude. Let's do it.
Okay, maybe I should double check how many winners we've had. No, wasn't that the first giveaway? Didn't we?
It was.
We did the
OG
Twitter
Bears
picker.
in Atlanick was the first.
We did the Twitter picker, and I don't think
we
did we
did
announce
Wild
the
Tangs.
prize for that.
The first one was Atlanick and OG Bears.
Yep.
Right. The very first one was an OG Bear.
Yeah.
The second one was an Atlantic Ocean.
Yes.
Third one was
Tang.
I think it was a Tang.
Tang.
And then the old money.
And then Ada Army.
Oh, Ada Army, yeah. And then Thor, you did one as well.
Boom, boom.
Okay.
Old money.
I believe.
I think
Aeronauts, Journey, and
yeah,
Raccoon
you don't want a double giveaway. I understand the apprehension. That
Yeah,
would not be
exactly.
fun.
Because that would be a bit of a mess. But all right, I trust you guys.
You want to call out in which order who gets what?
So
yes, man, I'm so glad you guys are smarter than me. Yes, let's do that.
Okay, sorry, I'm going to repeat it again. We have 4 NFTs to give away, right? We've got a Journey.
Is there 2 raccoons?
Yes, there's 2 raccoons.
Okay, yeah, then 4.
Yep.
Journey is the first.
Yep.
Aeronaut, number 2, and 3 and 4 are Raccoon syndicates.
After they mint. Yep, it'll get sent to you.
How y'all doing that? That's awesome. So someone's gonna get a random one. Someone's gonna give them the number one minted one, or are we going to cherry pick out the wallet and send them the least rare? How's that
No.
What if they rent number 1? Y'all sending them number 1 mint? You know what I mean? Like, how's that working?
Timmy's sending it to him.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Timmy's gonna take care of y'all for sure.
Yeah, he'll take care of you.
All right, good luck, everyone. Here we go.
Good luck. This is for
Boom.
Journey.
Journey.
Cannon.
Side again.
There's only 22 entries. This is a good
O-side
my
again. It's always O-side, man.
Yeah.
The
O-side's a
Journey.
legend, though. O-side deserves it.
He is. He's in every chat every week, every day.
He got the ghost chain last time, right?
He did,
Yep.
Yeah, he got the ghost
Well
chain
deserved.
last time.
Nightmare.
And then Nightmare. Shout out to Nightmare.
Nightmare with the Raccoon Syndicate.
He is the person who's owned my NFT the longest. He was
That's
the very
awesome.
first person who I gave an Atlantic.
Nice.
Sheesh.
Shout out.
There you go. And Riss Powell.
There you go. That's the other raccoon, right? So
Yep.
why did it do?
I don't know why it did
5 winners.
more than 4.
6.
No, these are the previous winners.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, we could have checked that. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect, dude. That's
O-side,
awesome.
defending my crown successfully. There you
Dude,
go.
back to back giveaway
what
winner
happens
champs.
when you
Giveaway
come up in here, you win
Yep.
it. Just a day's work, O-side. That's what's up.
That's awesome. Congrats, guys.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
Hope y'all like it. You know,
We're at
Who are
the
they
end.
contacting? Who are winners contacting, by the way?
I have no clue.
For the raccoons, they
You,
contact me.
Okay, Blake for the Raccoons.
And then Chrissy and I somehow, get us your ADA address, Chrissy or Chronic, Please, whoever win, make sure. Does he have the link on that, Blake? So they're not like anybody sending their wrong stuff trying to get it.
I think Thor has their official stuff.
If anybody on the panel needs the Discord ID, just
put it in the chat. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
you
Yeah,
can
just
send
throw
me
us
the
over your
details.
8 address.
Oh yeah, for the 8
Right
army,
over.
that'd be dope.
Easy enough.
That's
We're
it,
at the
guys.
end.
That's
This has
awesome,
been
man.
fun.
It's here we go. Hey, we were 30 minutes faster for episode 2, so we're getting there. We're working on it.
Next one will be 3 hours.
We fit in a lot more this time too. I feel like we had guests on.
We did fit in a lot.
This was a lot.
2 guests.
I think the first one was all us meeting each other for the first time in like one big group setting. Now everybody's got a chance to talk through spaces and all these different interviews and things like that. So it feels a little more like comfortable, to do
We were
this.
really excited last time. Like,
I was watching some of it before this one, and it was like, it was so fun to see everyone, and it's great.
Yeah, it was awesome, man.
We
Can't
got
wait
it.
to meet everybody. So Blake, real quick, I heard somebody that thought I heard you like 6'4", Blake. Are you Thor? Are you a giant? That's what I hear in the chat. Is Thor a giant?
I don't know if I'm a giant. I'm 6'5".
She's a giant.
Damn, Blake. You're getting overthrown.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I mean,
So good. Well, that's
did you
what's
play
up.
basketball, Blake?
I'm
That's
6'2".
6'2", okay.
No, I didn't play basketball. It's a long story, but played in middle school, didn't play in high school.
So that's all. So that's what they asking in that Thor. They say it's like I remember the Mighty Ducks. Greenland is full of ice and Iceland is very nice.
Oh yeah,
100%.
One day, Chrissy and I are gonna backpack through all your stuff.
I'm gonna go everywhere.
That's Mighty Ducks too, right?
Yes, I love that.
Yeah,
My favorite.
Well,
That was Mighty Ducks too.
Well, I would say shout out to this community though too for doing these events. Like the fact that I know Orlando seems to be like a hub right now, but I got a chance to meet up with Blake in real life so far. I've got a chance to meet up recently with Chronic and Chrissy in real life, so I'm really excited to get a chance to meet up with everybody over at CNFT Con. But the fact that we just like random strangers at one point and all come together through these NFT community right now and eventually turn into friends has been awesome, man. So really
We really
excited.
felt like we had known each other forever. It was just crazy meeting up and we're like, hey, what's up? Not like
We spent like 4 hours just eating dinner, just chilling. Like we hung out for a couple hours on the work. It was just like nothing ever happened. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Just like this chat, So can't wait. We gotta all hook up definitely and do some dinner, do a buffet, a sizzler, something. All of us.
A penthouse suite over there. No, wait.
We got a penthouse suite. We did it. We got the
Mm-hmm.
flamingo. Traded an NFT, Ape Society Chateau for a week in Vegas. Flamingo. We in the executive suite, dog. So, NFTs
can get you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting you guys and everyone in the chat. Like, it's gonna be cool to see, get introduced to you guys and recognize your hey, I'm O-side, or hey, I'm whoever, like
name
people that I've
tags.
never seen.
Okay.
We need,
like Discord
IDs.
Ada girl said that she's met so many people in person at different events, and she doesn't learn until way later on that they're actually someone she talked to, has talked to a lot on there. She's like, it's the weirdest thing to not figure it out until later. So we need to have some sort of, username on a tag to know
You
who
should
it
have
is.
to do Discord or Twitter name. No real life name.
Yeah. We don't know your real name. No, we need the Discorder.
Right.
I'm excited to meet Tommy for the first time, so that'll be.
Dude, I've been talking to you for how many months now?
Wait,
well,
y'all haven't met?
He's trolling.
What
the hell?
I figured out his humor by now.
Unfortunately, met him when I was like
I had one of them
11,
moments.
so.
2 minutes. I'm in the basement.
Nah, it's been like 20 plus years we've known each other. Yeah.
That's what I thought, dog. Come on.
Oh,
All right,
man.
Patrick, group hug. Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's
Group hug.
maybe end it here. This was
Thank you. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all. Congrats to the winners of the giveaway.
Yep.
We're on Block's channel. We're turning the lights off here in a second, but like the video, subscribe to Block's channel. All of our other channels and stuff are in the description, and it's a blast. Thank you all for.
Maybe we should end it with a heaps, like a little heaps.
Yeah, let's heaps. Send us out.
Build us up right now.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This has been, I don't even know what our group's called, but this has been a bunch of us
CNFT Live
streamers, people in the CNFT community coming together. We appreciate you. And look, if you like this kind of content and you want to support us, smash the subscribe button of every single one of us. Look in the description of every single one of us and follow every single one of us on Twitter. That's how you can support every single one of us. And I want to thank every single one of you for tuning in.
That's the best. I love